Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. Uh, Second time I see you guys today. Well, at least a good amount of you. Uh, so new update, as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title. Um, and Down the Rabbit Hole News actually went over this earlier today, and I was on her panel. So big shout out to her and a big thank you to her for having me on. Um, I'm really enjoying her channel. She's definitely one of the good guys. So I am definitely really glad to have gotten to exchange some positive words with her. Um, oh, my shit is like uneven here, bro. Hold on, there we go. um, yeah, we yeah. So apparently, Jared uh plans on fighting this, which is a very, very typical predatory thing to do, in my opinion. Um, we are going to. She read an article from I think Inside Edition online or something to that effect. Uh, but someone sent me an article from Rolling Stone magazine. Yes, so Rolling Stone magazine had this, and I'll go ahead and share it, and then I'll read it aloud. Um, Now, it says here, true crime YouTuber to plead not guilty to 1992 child rape charges. Uh, in a video posted to TikTok, a user called True Crime Cam told their followers the bombshell news from the YouTube community. Jared Lysick, creator of a popular scuba diving missing persons team, is facing serious criminal accusations. The founder of Adventures with Pedos was just charged with the 2 counts of child rape. Cam says, using an abbreviation for rape to avoid the broad stroke moderation of certain, well, yeah, it says R here, but using the abbreviation for rape to avoid the broad stroke moderation of certain sensitive content on the platform, which I find to be bullshit. She holds a tiny microphone as images from the Adventures with Pedos YouTube channel are displayed via green screen behind her. The video has been viewed more than 6.7 million times. Man, I need to start getting on TikTok. Damn. Izzy Franco, thank you. What do you think of Daryl Brooks rolling in court today and Milwaukee? I'll get to that. Yeah. Actually, Morbid texted me those pictures. It was pretty funny. But Lysick, 47, is charged with raping his cousin when he was 17 and his cousin was 9 or 10. According to the charging documents, which were obtained by Rolling Stone, the alleged crime occurred on 2 occasions in 1992 in Utah, once at the alleged victim's home and once at their grandparents' house. Since the charges were filed earlier this month, the online community has been grappling with the fall from grace of someone previously respected for being one of the good guys. Not by me. Someone making a difference for victims and their families. And a community of scuba diving search teams is preparing to move ahead without their leader. Lysick's lawyers says the allegations are fabricated, and he plans to plead not guilty. According to a former friend and fellow YouTuber who spoke with Rolling Stone, Lysick pointed him towards emails with the alleged victims where he does not deny the allegations. Lysick founded Adventures with Purpose in 2019 as an environmental cleanup effort, dredging bodies of water for discarded vehicles and other garbage. But the group soon pivoted. Lysick and growing community scuba diving YouTubers began using their search skills and finding missing persons, usually in cars that had vanished underwater. Most recently, Adventures with Perverts found the remains of Kylie Rodney, a 16-year-old who disappeared from a Northern California party in August, but the group claims to have solved nearly 24 cases. Recently, fans noticed Lysick had been appearing less frequently in videos on AWP's YouTube channel, which has nearly 2.8 million subscribers. A couple of months ago, Jared started showing his face less and less in these videos, and no one knew why. True Crime Cam said in her viral video on November 3rd, the charges were filed. A probable cause statement laid out the disturbing allegations, claiming that in one instance, Lysick pinned the victim to the ground, pulled her underwear down, and put his penis in her vagina. On her second occasion, Lysick allegedly laid on top of the victim and put his penis in her vagina. The state does not have a statute of limitations on most sex crimes. Reached for comment, Lysick's attorney Randall Richards says they plan to fight the charges and claims the alleged rapes never occurred. We have some evidence we can't disclose at this point, which would verify that she's lying about this, tells Rolling Stone. We are going to fight this all the way because it just didn't happen. Lysick is scheduled to make his first appearance in court on November 30th, at which point Richards says Lysick will enter a plea of not guilty. The San Pete County Attorney's Office did not respond for a request for comment. The online community has been swift to condemn Lysick. While AWP still has close to 2.8 million subscribers, they've lost around 20,000 in the last 2 weeks. On Reddit, one-time fans have shared information for getting back donations to the group's efforts. One person asked for advice on removing AWP logos from emergency window breakers, and groups sold to help people prepare to escape from a sinking car. Sandpaper and magic eraser did the trick. Meanwhile, Lysick's colleagues have scrambled to distance themselves from AWP. At least 4 former members posted resignation announcements on YouTube. Clips of the statements have been posted to TikTok, gathering tens of thousands of views. I am just as shocked as everybody else, said Doug Real Bishop in a video statement responding to the news. It's really unfortunate and heartbreaking. Bishop, formerly AWP's lead diver, said he has left the company. He added, "There's victims out there that have a story to tell. I have been a voice for those victims." Jesus Christ. And I'm going to continue to follow the passion, and I know I'll have the support to do so because I'm real. And when you're real, you got to be real, and you can't be real unless you're real. So I'm just going to be real. Lysick's sister, Jessica Lysick, has also recently posted on Facebook using the hashtag #StopJaredLysick and claiming that he sexually assaulted her and others. Jessica did not immediately respond to a request for an interview. Lysick has not been charged with any crimes related to Jessica's allegations. Emails purported to be between Lysick and his cousin also surfaced on Reddit and circulated on TikTok and media outlets. In the emails, one person, seemingly Lysick's cousin, wrote, "All these people may be calling you a hero and seeing that you're doing such great things, but we both know the truth about you." The respondent, who wrote from AWP's email address and signed off as Jared, said, "I am so very sorry for the things that we cannot change. It is unfortunate when families like ours experience molestation." The emailer said he'd spoken publicly before about the unfortunate shit that has happened within families and pondered whether they should blame their family lineage or Mormonism. Lysick has said on his channel that he grew up in the Church of Latter-day Saints before giving up religion when he was 27. The first writer replied, "If you truly want to apologize, then pay for your actions. Walk into a police station with me and confess your actions. Get it on record and have yourself registered as a sex offender that you are." The AWP email address encouraged the writer to stop the cycle, protect your own children and grandchildren, as we have to help the world become a better place, he wrote. Seeking confirmation of the email's veracity, some social media users have pointed to a live stream from scuba diver Jeremy Sides, who runs the channel Exploring with Nug. He described texting with Lysick after the charges came out and claims Lysick told him the emails circulating online represent his only public statement on the matter. Richards, Lysick's, which basically confirms that that's him on the email. That's him admitting it. And Richards, Lysick's lawyer, says he has not seen the emails yet and declined to comment on them. I call bullshit on that. We do not dispute that there was any kind of rape, Richard says in the text exchange, which sides share with Rolling Stone. He reached out to Lysyk on November 5th, at which point he thought the news might be nothing but rumors. I thought somebody's out for a money grab before I knew any of the facts, Sides tells Rolling Stone. I was assuming this couldn't be true. He texted Lysyk, okay, so you know I'm always on your side. The stories popping up about you online are pretty intense. Let me know what I can do to help you out. Lysyk responded saying, the letter that you see online that I've written to my cousin is my official response at this time. Based on that text, Sides says he now believes the charges against Lysyk, whom he once considered a mentor. It was never denial, Sides says, describing the emails. He never said, I don't know what you think happened, but it didn't. It was some very damning evidence. And that is it for that. So I find that interesting. Down the rabbit hole news is in the house. Welcome. I find that very interesting because if the evidence that they have is so damning that discredits the hero, which is what we have decided to refer to Lysyk's cousin as, if the evidence against her is so damning that makes her out to be a total liar, why not just turn that over to the DA so the charges are dropped? Why wait to go to trial? It doesn't make sense. Or at least try to get the charges dropped. Why not go public with it? Why is he saying we can't publicly air it at this time? That doesn't make sense. The guy's losing, he's bleeding money right now. And by the way, Ryan Cuckchurch, congratulations. You just contributed $100,000 towards that dude's legal fees. So yeah, congratulations on that, dude. Should have listened to me. So yeah, I hope you're proud of yourself. Now, what really, really gets me is why hasn't the attorney makes a public statement, right? He puts out a public statement saying, we can prove that the allegations are false, that there are lies, but yet he hasn't read the emails. He hasn't looked over any of the evidence that's against his client. How does that make any sense? Somebody, make that make sense. How has he not seen these emails? We've all seen them. We're not involved in the case, but we've all seen them. I mean, why would he say that he's not seen them yet? Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all that he would make a public statement like that. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just looking over a chat. So they've lost 30,000 subs. And the main thing that really, really bugs me about him fighting these charges is that he can't just be a man and admit to what he did. And so what he's going to have to do, what this predator piece of shit has decided to do, is go to trial and victimize his victim that much further. Humiliate her, put her through the humiliation of probably having to testify in open court and relive her trauma. It's just crazy to me. I mean, it's not crazy to me. It's typical. It's typical. But he expects us to believe that he's innocent after he's in writing 2 times not denied the allegations via text message to this Sides guy and in the emails. So, and it bugs me that the remaining members of AWP who have resigned, none of them have sent any type of thoughts or sympathies towards his alleged victims. I don't think anything of AWP in a positive manner at all. I don't like any of those guys. I don't like Doug. I don't like Nick. The only ones are would be the person that Ikadmel interviewed on his channel. Sam the Adventure Man. His son, I think it's Kyler. Is it Kyler? Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, I mean, these are the only people that I have any respect for at all in this situation. And Josh. I don't know about Josh. I don't know. Because he didn't say any kind words that I saw either. I mean, the most important thing here are his alleged victims right now. Those are the most important things. And all these guys are just self-serving. Like, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I plan to do moving forward. You know, Doug's just got to be like, oh, you know, because I'm real. I'm real. So it's just ridiculous. This whole thing is just gross. Somebody sent me something. Somebody emailed me something. Kyler Ginn, thank you so much. That's Sam's son. Somebody emailed me something here. Oh, and Dan the cameraman. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So take a look at this. Now, take this with a grain of salt. I'm not really, I don't know what I think about it yet, you know, so don't think that I'm trying to create some sort of, but it's funny how once you're accused of being a child rapist, an incestuous one at that, it's funny how people take things. And this person sent me this going, oh my God, Jared is such a creep. So let's take a look at this here.
He's helping us to moderate this as well as exploring with Nug. So do me a favor, Nug and
this is his laptop.
I'm sorry, Nug.
Okay, now that's his screensaver. You see that? That's his screensaver on there. And let's hear what he has to say. Now take a good look at that picture. What do you guys think of that picture? Tell me what you think of that picture. I'm curious as to what your thoughts are on this as a screensaver. I mean, it's not real racy, right? It's not real, like, it's not too racy. It's not too, it's not less necessarily perverted. I mean, the girl's legs are bare, you know, she's kind of showing them off. The other girl is just bent over the front of the thing, but fully clothed. And yes, they are young girls, but they're not underage. But listen.
Sorry, Nug is Jeremy. Don't look at my password here. So here's my password. Ready?
I know his password.
Yeah, don't look at it. My daughters, by the way, check that picture out. I took that picture a couple of years ago. Incredible looking girls, right? So
he took that picture a couple of years ago, so they're even younger then, and um, and they're incredible looking girls. I don't know if I would describe my daughters like that. And I can't imagine a scenario where I would have my daughters pose like that. Um I don't, you know what I mean? Like, and it could be totally innocent. I have to be honest and say that if he wasn't accused of what he's accused of, I probably wouldn't think that much of it. I'd still be kind of like, okay. You know, like at most, I'm not going to start throwing accusations at the guy for being a pervert. You know, there's nothing like really revealing about those pictures, but it's kind of weird that he would have them pose as like these little farmer's daughter. I mean, I don't think Jared's a farmer. You know what I mean? Like, he might be. He might have grew up on a farm for all I know. I really don't know. But you know, incredible looking. It's just strange. I find that incredibly odd.
that picture out. I took that picture a couple of years ago. Incredible looking girls, right? So daughters, by the way, check that picture out. I took that picture a couple of years ago. Incredible looking girls, right? So okay, where was I going with this?
It's just odd, man. Just really odd. You know, I'm not. I can't imagine. You know, I helped raise a girl. You know, I can't imagine a scenario where I would be like, hey, let's dress you up like farmers' daughters type girls, you know, and just sit up there, show a little leg, get on the tractor, you know. You know what I mean? It escapes me. You know, it just escapes me. That a father would initiate something like that, because you could tell they were obviously propped up. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell it was like, okay, we're gonna have a photo shoot. You know, like you're gonna get a cowboy hat and you're gonna put a flannel shirt on and tie it up and put on some shorts and some boots. You know, and I mean, I just don't. And then be like, oh, check out this picture. I took this picture of my daughters. Incredible looking girls. What? Like, no, I'm a lucky man to have such beautiful daughters. Not just incredible looking girls. Like, it looks like a Maxim spread, you know? And again, I don't know if I'm being unfair. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, how do you not find that picture odd after this dude has been accused of what he's being accused of? You know what I mean? It's just strange to me. Now, let me okay, hold on one second. I'm gonna pull up this other one. We're just gonna review this video for a while. This is another video that he put up. This was sent to me, and I don't know really what to think of it, if I'm being totally honest. So this is a video where I guess one of his daughters is, I'm not even going to start it from the beginning because this is an hour long, but one of his daughters is filming and his wife is helping him build a boat out of cardboard. And I guess that makes for interesting content, sure. But there's an odd dynamic that there seems to be here.
Now,
and it's not of a sexual nature. I don't want to insinuate that. And even if it was, that's his wife. You know what I mean? So it's not that. It's just there's just something weird here.
You have your tape ready?
oh yeah, I got my tape ready right here.
Like, and he's got that weird. We reviewed the video where he's basically just threatening, just threat after threat after threat towards the startup company that he basically jacked Carson from, and put out this video and then eventually deleted it, but didn't delete it quick enough. Where he's basically just threatening the smaller company with all types of litigation if they try to take Carson back. Carson being their basically executive producer of everything that they do. Well, not executive producer, but a producer and camera guy and all this stuff. Young kid, you know, but obviously very useful. And so I'm not buying this nice guy act. He's being overly nice, I think, because the camera's rolling. This is the vibe I'm getting from him here. So
we are making a boot. A boot.
How come you chose Scotch tape over duct tape?
Well, the reason for it is I just need it to kind of hold it into place for a few minutes. Is what I'm doing. And I have a little bit of duct tape too. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the other side over here.
It's just a weird dynamic between him and his wife that it just seems somewhat off.
Okay, so over here. That was just to hold it up there.
Oh.
To kind of get a shape. We're just starting to get a shape in what we're doing. All right. So. And then what we'll do is we're going to put hold that right there. And we're going to cut that right down the center.
And like, we know that he has this very bossy, based on the accounts of the people that have spoken up working with him, he's got a very bossy nature about him.
Then we'll bring it around like that. And then we'll bring that one around like that in a moment. Hold that up.
What are we holding up?
And go right here. And hold it up right here. Like that. Already starting to look like a boat, right, Kira?
Uh-huh. Looks good.
Oh, wrong way.
So, like,
Was that an old?
Yes, no, but
like, I simply just don't get the vibe that his wife is interested in doing this. And say no to crack, homie. Crack kills. Pull up your pants.
all right. Now, take that out. Okay. That's starting to get a bow here. Not like take a bow, but the bow of the boat. Now,
Thank you, Anthony.
the kicks.
Yeah, I assumed it was his daughter. I did.
I want a little bit of a point on it. So we want to go, oh, yeah, that looks good. Look, it actually pulled that up a little bit right there. Oh, I like that. All right.
All right. Tammy, so generous. Thank you so much. If he was raised LDS, it could explain the way he is with his wife. I agree. I don't think it necessarily has anything to do with his allegations. This is not where my feeling of him being odd comes from. So I'm not, this has nothing to do with his allegations. This is more about his dynamic that he seems to have with his wife.
All right, so
Let me take a look and see
good, right,
when this was.
Good.
You need more tape.
Oh, we'll get more. We'll
Lots
get
more tape.
We're gonna use lots more tape today.
This is a 3-year-old video, so
Oh yeah, we're gonna get lots and lots more tape.
I dig his wife's shoes though. He's got the Vans going on. I like Vans. I actually have a pair of high tops just like that.
Right there, we are out. All right, more tape already needed.
That was quick.
Well, that was the end of a different roll.
Oh,
Now we're into the tape that we
Right.
actually bought.
And mind you, when 10 to Life covered this, I was in her chat, and when 10 to Life covered the discovery of Kylie Rodney, this guy, I mean, she had I want to say 3,000 people in her chat, like 3,000, like 3K in her chat, and this guy was on vacation with his wife for their anniversary, and he stops it by making sure he takes an opportunity because he sees that Annie has 3,000 people in her chat, and he's like, give me a link. He jumps in chat, give me a link, and of course, I text Annie and say, hey, Jared's in the chat and he wants a link. So she throws him a link. She didn't ask him to come up. He wanted to come up. And the only reason he did was because he wanted to promote his channel, because he saw that Annie had a lot of subscribers and Annie had a lot of people in chat. And so he saw an opportunity to promote his channel, put his wife on hold. He was like, I'm on vacation for my marriage anniversary. We're on our anniversary vacation. And he just sat up there, and it was really funny because, Annie really wasn't all that interested in having him up there. I mean, I don't want to speak for her. We never talked about it, but she just didn't seem like it, but he was just so enthusiastic about promoting his channel and took an opportunity to promote his channel and to sell the memberships so that people would watch the video where they insisted that there was foul play. This guy said that there was foul play because he's in contact with law enforcement. And there's only so much that I'm allowed to talk about. Bunch of bullshit, just all lies and bullshit. And then, on top of it, implied that Jagger had something to do with it, implied that Doug took that bullshit phone call and implied that Sammy Smith had something to do with it, because he knows that they knew that was the buzz around YouTube. They knew that was the buzz around YouTube, and they knew that it's going to make people go, ooh, I knew it, I knew it. And it just made things even that much more difficult for these people that really cared about Kylie.
Actually bought today. We think Kara so far looks good.
looking good.
I can't
Are you
stand
gonna go
this
for a boat ride
guy's
with me tomorrow?
beanie ass looking face.
No,
But I'll give you a life jacket.
no.
Kristen?
No, I mean,
LDS Lisa stands for Latter-day Saints. It's a branch of, I guess, is the word you would use for Mormonism.
oh, I'm glad you got
Now, is that like a solid no, or
it's
just
a
like
solid
a,
no.
it's just like a,
It's a hard no.
you watch. You just watch. I'm going to get both of these girls into the boat tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, for just a little ride. It'll be so fun.
No, it's not lifting. It's not.
Hold
Wait,
on.
it's correct. Take a look at here.
All right, so let's bring it back up right there. All right. So, wait. We want that. We want that.
I just don't
like
like this
that.
guy.
Okay, right.
I just simply don't like this
I'm gonna
guy.
tape it right here then. That's gonna give me what I need.
But it's crooked.
Oh, that's not even just crooked. It's not. This boat
He absolutely
not labeled for retail sale. So it'll see it's gonna scoop the water a little bit right there.
On one side.
No, he's gonna scoop it over there a little bit.
No? No.
see the wife seems to have this. She seems to want to just disagree with him almost out of principle. You know, kind of passive aggressive.
It's not.
Oh, well, it will. You just wait. Look, no, it was a little bit right
Like she's just doubting everything this guy says.
there. Okay. So
Like just passive aggressively wrecking his dreams. he's out he's out here just she's just out there. Okay, you're making me do this bullshit, so I'm just gonna wreck your dreams about this and tell you the whole time that there's no way this fucking thing's gonna float.
next up, what I want to do. Let me do this. I need a center brace here, Kira.
Is that the bench you're gonna sit on?
Yeah, it's gonna be my brace down the center. Let's see. Because what I'm gonna do is I have to make it so it goes within. That's what I'm looking for. I have to put some braces and supports in here, but first, this is just a temporary to hold the width of it here while I mold the front of it here.
And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like it's an interesting
Now it
video.
looks like a boat, right?
You know what I mean? I mean, he's making a boat out of cardboard. You know, like I'm gonna give him credit. He's making a boat out of cardboard. And he's not listening to the hate coming from the wife and daughter. That's just like, this is fucking ridiculous, bro. Like, there's no way this thing's gonna fucking float. But they're afraid to just outright say that.
Yeah.
Seaworthy. Okay, so now what we have there, see, that's up a little bit. Okay. I'm a terrible taper.
And like, what is she there for? You know what I mean? Like, why is she? He's just like working all around her. She's not doing anything. Partly because he's not giving her any tasks to do. He's just, you know, it's like he's just showing off. It's weird.
They will never hire me at Amazon or UPS or anywhere where a tape gun is required. Well, this is ridiculous. How hard is it to use a tape gun?
It ends up floating. Tiffany, it does end up floating. You know, like I said, this is an interesting thing. You know, these DIY little videos that people make, I think are pretty cool. You know, if he wasn't such a douchebag, I'd actually be interested in this. You know,
For me?
Apparently pretty hard.
Yeah. All right. Now, see that starting to take shape. Uh-oh, don't do that. All right. Hold it under.
It's not
Right there.
I don't think it's meant to be of use. I think it's the purpose of the video itself. He's merely creating content here. That's all he's doing. He's basically like, we're gonna do something cool here, and we're gonna build a boat out of cardboard, and I'm gonna show you that it can float. You know, I mean, I get it. You know, I get it.
And why can I not get this to work? Why do birds suddenly appear? La, da, da,
Oh, shut the fuck
da,
up.
da, da. La, da, da. I think I'm putting more holes in the cardboard.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just cut the tape.
Huh?
I should probably just cut the tape.
Well, maybe. Okay.
See, like,
Look at
all she's doing is just dropping these passive aggressive little comments, which I think is hilarious.
See? If you look down there.
Like, she's just out there to wreck the dude's dreams, bro. Like, like it's like she knows she's married to a shitbag and divorce is out of the question. So let me just be passive aggressive as fuck.
We now have a boat that will come up a little bit in the water. So that's good news right there. Next up, what we want to do
Y'all are killing me in this chat.
build a nice solid base. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yep. So for the solid base,
He was like,
where
"What?
does my box
You
knife
you
go?
just said something that agrees with me? Really?" She said, "Yep." That's all she did was say, "Yep."
Because we want to make it so we can actually stand in it without it flopping around.
With how much moving you're doing, you're gonna have to blur our address.
Our address?
Mm-hmm.
It really doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
So right there, this guy just does not give a fuck about doxing his family. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck. You know, the idea that he may or may not get accused that of being a fucking perverted rapist piece of shit, incestuous at that. He just doesn't fucking care. Wow, this guy's a class act.
Oh, that's actually the right width. Why like hardly even have to cut that? Oh,
I mean, it really doesn't matter because it's not like you could see a street sign. So
worked out really nice. So, Sparky, let's do this. Let's just lift that up a little bit.
right?
Slide this in more. And then, ooh, you know what else we can do?
So do I, Lotus Flower.
I'll show you. We're now, see, who needs a diagram? Not us. Oh yeah, we're gonna put that. Okay.
This guy's energy is super annoying.
Yeah, they're nice, Kiara.
It's just really irritating.
So, what we want is to bring this up right about here. Okay, Kristen, need your help. I'm gonna bring each one of these up one at a time. So kind of, yeah, just put your feet right behind that. I'm gonna kick these up.
Yeah, I really don't like this guy. Like he reminds me of I had a boss like this guy. And he was just as much of a douche. Like he seriously was. Probably most likely still is. Probably even more of a douche now.
Box knife is behind you. Need the box knife. Okay, hold that.
Yeah, dude. This dude's totally got a Friar Tuck thing going on. I can't talk shit because my hair's starting to thin back there a little bit. It's not Friar Tuck status like homies right here, but
Like that.
it's starting to happen. I'm not getting any younger.
Tucks inside. And that one. Comes around the corner.
Yeah, it might be the overachieving energy. I that's a good question. And that's fair too. It just bugs me, dude. Like this dude is just on this weird fucking mission right now, and he just and these people just seem to be really passive aggressive towards each other. Like he just dismisses women like they're nothing. Their opinions mean nothing. And these are the most important women in his life.
Every time I put that on there, it comes up. They're supposed to make these user friendly. What I'm gonna do?
Yeah, I turned
with a
gray.
milkshake guy?
I turned gray at like
It's user friendly.
25.
Or
Well, started to.
guys like me, over 40.
God, the sound of that tape sucks.
Probably. This is already marketed as such, right? Karen?
Yeah. I know how annoying tape guns are, though.
Yeah,
Yep.
just
Yeah.
a little bit.
The sound of them
lot,
sucks.
A bit.
All right. Now,
Wild.
how's it looking?
Good.
Oh no! Ridiculous tape gun.
Yeah.
Right. It's a bad tape gun, right? Come on, dude. I bet you anything this
All I
dude,
want to do is tape.
because me and this dude are the same age. And so I bet you this dude would be playing ColecoVision with his brother. And whenever he lost, he would blame the controller. My controller's fucked up, dude. The controller sucks.
Come on.
Come on.
How did you do that again?
Is this the back of the boat?
That is the back of the boat.
Like this is gonna be on the back?
No, you can take that down now.
She's just been standing there holding that shit. This dude. This poor lady. She's just been standing there holding that shit like a jackass for no fucking reason this
I
whole
might
time.
use that though, a little bit for the back. I got an idea. I'll probably use that because I got an idea. It's for the motor. That's where the motor's going.
Wow.
This is a good little boat. Look at it. I actually kind of like this already. Like we're only what? How many minutes into this are we?
20.
I can't stand this fucker's face, bro.
7 minutes.
On
What?
mine, it's 20.
Oh, was it 20?
Yeah.
Oh. I better get going. Because I said 45 minutes.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder how much money this guy blows at the titty bar, dude. Like, like I wonder how much money. And he probably like haggles with the stripper for lap dances and shit. He's one of those fuckers. That's like $20 for a lap dance. I'll give you 15. I'll get 2 of them. You give them to me for 15 each. What about that?
That means we're almost halfway there. Well, my goal for the time of it is halfway.
Yeah. You could take it in the garage, though. Do you have a name for your boat?
No, I don't have a name yet.
Yeah, no, I've never dated a stripper that would come home and complain about guys like that. Not me, just saying.
Oh, well, I mean, we do have the flag, so I guess it's No Shoes Nation, Jolly Roger.
Yeah.
I'm
Mom
actually
left and
pressing
shit.
Back this already. No, I really am, honey. All right. Huh?
All right.
Now, I think what we want to do
Griffin will be impressed.
Of course Griffin's going to be impressed. Who wouldn't be impressed? If anybody's gonna be
Shut the
impressed, it's
fuck
Griffin,
up,
for sure.
dude.
All right,
Is
so
that going to be the back of the boat?
that's going to be the very back.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is trim that down just a little bit. But before we do that, I need to reinforce my sides over there. So let's reinforce the sides. I'm gonna have to reinforce that front a little bit.
Reinforce
Alright,
the
sides
sides. I'm gonna reinforce
Yeah,
the
got
sides.
What do you think?
Pretty good.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
I don't know anything
1,
about
2, 3.
scabies.
All right, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. All right. All right. So we're gonna go straight down the center.
Yeah, like this dude's man titties are fucking annoying too, bro. He's got those weird little fucking man titties.
Oh, don't let me cut that movie.
Now pop that back to your boat.
I don't want to do that. All right, so. Da-da-da. You ever wonder what my neighbors think of me?
I think they've given up.
Here we go. Now this one has to come up around it. Oh, why is that one shorter? That was taller.
Yeah, mom's just like not even giving a fuck anymore.
Yeah, we'll get to that one. Right now we're gonna finish off the back. So we're gonna do the back, build a seat with a brace, and then work on the front. How do you say all?
One seat or 2 seats?
Huh?
1 seat or 2 seats?
1 seat will be fine. Griffin and I will be sitting on the same seat together. Batteries, take stuff. Yeah. Right?
Make sure it's even weight distribution.
Oh, it will be. Oh, yeah.
Gonna have a buoy.
A buoy?
Like,
It's a buoy.
What do you mean a buoy?
It floats.
I think it's
This is
so
gonna float,
weird.
Anything else except for this? Mom thinks me a buoy.
I mean, you couldn't reuse that shit, and you couldn't be out in the water long with that shit because, dude, that tape's not gonna fucking hold. Like, it's gonna get wet. It's not gonna hold.
Trust me.
No, you gotta trust me.
Hold on, one more time.
Oh, you gotta trust me. Mom thinks me a buoy.
Trust me.
No, you gotta trust me.
So he's sitting there. The wife is like, just like, again, wrecking dreams, bro. The wife is like, you're gonna need a buoy to make sure that it floats, and then he's like, you don't need a buoy. And then she's like, trust me, and he's, nah, you gotta trust me.
Right, Kara? Trust me.
I'm just wondering how this is gonna float.
Well, it floats because we are displacing the water. That's like a, I don't even, is it physics?
Because wood floats. What does cardboard
Yeah,
float?
it's
Well, no, what
physics,
we're doing is
bro.
displacing the
What
water.
do you mean?
Think about an air mattress.
Yeah,
How much air for the air mattress when you get on it, like 3 of us, how far down does it actually go?
I don't know.
Not very far, right? So, this end, in theory, float.
I would hope so.
That's right. I kind of hope so too. Yeah. All right. So the back of this, for a motor to hang off of there, motor's gonna be hanging, motor's gonna be pushing. I think that's pretty. I mean, as long as you don't push on it too hard, it's pretty secure, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
35 minutes.
like at
Oh,
this
no,
point, the
sorry.
wife
So we're
isn't
not
even
gonna
doing
45 minute time
anything.
frame, but we're gonna do everything we can to. Around she goes, where she stuck. I told you, it wasn't me. It was the tape dispenser.
Hi, Emily.
Huh?
Emily,
Oh, hi, Malia.
it's cold out here. Put some pants on.
All right, boxes.
Okay.
All right.
You like it, Leah?
Or race across the back.
You have 5 seconds.
All right, well, we're gonna definitely extend it.
Just teasing you.
I think, you know what it is though, Kira? If you hit certain checkpoints, then you get more time, like in the video games.
Oh, yeah.
So I hit certain checkpoints, like I got the seed in, so that gives me checkpoint bonus.
Yeah.
All right, so raise that up a little bit more too. Back
Hold on. So
Let's go. One more, right down the center, just like that.
I mean, I'm telling you though,
We're gonna put it in the garage for the night. It's a little windy out here. We'll finish up tomorrow, putting the tarp on. When we pull it out of the
I
trailer,
guess it's around
the big
Christmas
reveal for
time.
you.
I just want to do a view around the boat.
Nerd. What'd you? Oh, you.
All right.
Yeah, he said charge overnight on low. I like it.
Ugh,
It's fine.
God, dude. Don't put a close up in this guy's face.
Look at that thing float.
It floats! Oh my god!
Oh, look, there it goes. Woo, it's going. Whoa. Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, I told you it would float. Like they get in the shit.
Wait, I'm gonna.
Oh, cool. Yeah. You're going the right way. Now remember, we only have so much juice. You can't go around in circles all day long.
I gotta kick it back.
You're going the right way. You gotta go that way.
All right, here you go.
Thanks.
Have fun on your adventure.
Look at that. We got the boat. Don't bump into the.
Okay, that's enough of that. So yeah, I mean, look at this right here, dude. Look at this shit right here. Let's take a look at. So here you've got most of their videos are in the hundreds of thousands of views, right? Anywhere between 3 to 800,000 views, right? But the Kylie Rodney video right here, 3.3 million views. 3.3 million views. Some of these have like a million, right? And then this one, this Jed Hall one, 3.5 million views. But I'm just, that's what bugs me. It's like, you're not qualified to start talking about what's foul play and what isn't. You know? It's just really annoying that these guys think that they can do that. Let's look into something else here. Give me a second. So what? See, she's all over. She's all over this fucking case now. She hasn't mentioned shit about this. This is live right now.
Richard Allen asked for a court-appointed attorney last week, telling the judge that he had no idea how expensive an attorney would be. Well, today, Allen added an attorney identified in court records as Andrew Joseph Baldwin of Baldwin, Perry, and Kamish of Franklin, Indiana. Allen's superior judge, Fran Gull, has already started working on the case. She was appointed to it after Carroll Circuit Judge Benjamin Diener recused himself.
Why is she so red? I wonder what happened to her. Why is she so red?
The court executive for Allen Superior Court said that Judge Gull will stick with the original November 22nd date for a hearing on whether records in the case should remain sealed. Allen faces 2 counts of murder in the deaths of Abigail Williams and Liberty German.
How many people does she have in there?
I have one more.
right
Let me
now?
play while I'm getting this other stuff ready. Hold on 1 second. This one actually a little bit.
The man charged with the Delphi murders now has attorneys. When Richard Allen was arrested for the murders of Libby German and Abby Williams, he first told the judge he would be hiring his own. Then days later, in this letter we were able to get, he requested an attorney to be provided for him. He said he had no idea how expensive one would be. Now he has 2 attorneys, and you have been asking me so many questions. We've been trying to get many of your legal questions answered, and Dr. Jody Madera is an attorney and professor of law at IU. She is.
I'm curious as to why she's not talking about this. Did she get slapped with a C&D? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense that she would settle for 500 viewers talking about the Delphi case, and jump all over that bandwagon, and only have 500 viewers in her chat at a time when people who are still milking the Kylie Rodney thing. See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering if she got slapped with a C&D. I'm wondering if Cuck Church got slapped with a C&D, because they just all of a sudden stopped. Like, they just all of a sudden just stopped talking about anything related to Kylie Rodney and anybody that was, I mean, why wouldn't she be talking about the allegations against Jared Lasik? I find that interesting. Why wouldn't she be talking about that? We already know how money hungry she is. Yes, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. I agree. The best Batman ever. Well, there wasn't anything left to the Kylie Rodney case for a long time, and they were still talking about it. But I mean, she made so much money talking about it that the founder of the dive group that was responsible for finding, I mean, she had them on her panel more than once. She had members of Adventures with Pervs on her panel more than once. And now all of a sudden, you know, well, I mean, that's huge news that Jared Lasik is being accused of raping his 9-year-old cousin when he was 17. I mean, that's massive. Like, you don't think that she would jump all over that and make a shit ton of money? I'm going to assume. I mean, it just makes sense to me that her and Cuck Church got slapped with a C&D. And Cuck Church even alluded to it in his video. He even alluded to it. Let's go over that one more time. Unless he took it down. Yeah. Yep. He took it down. Interesting. Let me see something here. Oh, wait. I looked in the wrong. Hold on. Because I did go over it. No, not that one. Yeah, the one where he was like super mad. But I went over that. See something here. Here we go. So I'm going to have to play my video of it. Does it sound okay, guys?
Fuck.
Oh, he's mad. Oh, he's mad.
Fucking weirdo. Ain't nobody back here.
Now, that's not me live right now. That's
What up, Skin?
This is my old video when I covered it. But he took this video down.
Cool in this parking spot.
He made it private or deleted it.
Cool.
Cool in your pocket spot, homie.
They just deleted my fucking post on Instagram. Well, where I was being like a yada 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 whatever. Anyway, hang on. I'm in a town I ain't never been in. I'm watching everybody. Let me pull over here right quick.
Telling you.
Well, hell yeah, leave your death fluid just sitting there then, cuz.
Last one to hit the like rides that stash. I kill me sometimes. speed it up a little bit.
Come on, Ryan. What you doing, buddy?
All right.
Marcus? Yeah, I know. You gotta concentrate. I got it.
Dude, why'd they delete my post? Because they don't want
I know,
anybody to
thank
see what the fuck I think.
Thank you, Patricia. Patricia Sell. Thank you so much.
What's up, Rob? All right, so who has seen all the shit about Jared from AWP?
Who has seen all the shit from Jared from
When you don't lie,
AWP?
you get to live life great. When you're not a fucking freak and weirdo, you can live life great.
This is absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Life is so much easier when you're not a liar, because when you lie, you gotta keep up with the lies. It's a lot of work. Like, I'm really, honestly, I'm an honest guy simply because I'm fucking lazy. Simply because I'm fucking lazy.
Have y'all seen the shit about Jared from AWP?
Yeah, dude. We all seen it. We saw it way before you.
No, you haven't? Okay, well, you know, apparently he fucking raped a fucking 9-year-old girl when he was fucking 17 years old.
Yeah, he totally did.
AWP is Adventures with Fucking Purpose.
This dude sped up is hilarious.
No, everybody's talking about it right now. There's documents, bro. There is people coming out telling their stories and all this shit. And I feel fucking goddamn betrayed by this fucking Jared dude. I don't know
Really?
this motherfucker, but I know
And how many motherfuckers feel betrayed by you? How many of your fans feel betrayed by you for lying and making crazy shit up? Yet you have not apologized yet. Cynthia Marie, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it.
seen him pulling cars out of motherfucking water and doing something good. And I seen that.
This motherfucker, hold on. Tatted Jedi. How does he make music when he sounds like he always has marbles in his mouth?
Tatted Jedi fucking kills me.
Oh my
dude.
goodness, dude.
I fucking love Tatted Jedi.
Oh my goodness.
He had a donation thing, so you know me being up church, you know, but seeing people do some good shit, you know, and this being his fucking whole shit, this Jared dude.
Yeah,
I donated $100,000.
For the record, you can't go around talking about pedos when you got a stash like that. I'm just saying, Cuck Church, like
$100,000.
Jared's the one that you don't ever fucking see, and that's why you don't see him, I guess.
That's why you don't see him.
Yeah, his sister and his cousin.
That's not true, actually. This is how closely he followed the Kylie Rodney case, because he was on panel with the fucking guy, like on Zav Girl's fucking channel. Like, he was literally on panel with Jared, talking to him, and Jared thanked him. Jared thanked him for getting him more subs directly. So
I'm only playing this because he alludes at one point in this video. He alludes to a C&D.
Any proof? Yeah, dude. There's there's documents and stuff. Hey, this shit's people been talking about this for days.
That's true. People have been talking about it for days.
Don't be. Oh, is it true? Hey, I sit back and I watch and I wait for shit to come out so I can see if it's true, because the whole internet's full of shit anyway, right? Well,
yes, and you are a fantastic contributor to that, Cuck Church. An amazing contributor to the internet being total bullshit. Yeah.
This has actual fucking documents. This has motherfucking emails. And apparently it was more than one person. Yeah, dude. You know what I was doing when I was 17? I was chasing fucking 37-year-old MILFs. I was trying to get into bars. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I was 17, I was just fantasizing about MILFs. Like, I wasn't getting any. And I didn't have the guts to like chase them.
Yeah. Go look it up. Type in AWP Jared, and I'm sure it'll fucking pop up.
Not really.
I feel bad for the fucking people that was working.
Interesting thing about this is, well, actually, let me look that up real quick. I don't think that that any mainstream media has.
So, Jared, I'm not gonna drag this out. I ain't got time for this fucking shit. But here's what I do know. I know that I donated $100,000 motherfucking dollars to your motherfucking company, cuz. Yeah, there's court documents, motherfucker. You can go look them up. All I know is I donated $100,000 to your shit because you was out here. Oh, we're helping people. This, that, and the other. That's fine. Y'all was. But you're a fucking weirdo, Jared. And I read the fucking emails when you was.
I'm not gonna lie. Cuck Church makes me laugh. Like he is a funny dude, man. Like, even when he's not trying to be funny, but even when he's trying to be funny, like, he's funny, dude. You know what I mean? He's just a fucking douche. Like, the shit that he did to Ickadmel and Zanime was just fucking wrong, man. He should definitely apologize to them.
Becky cousin, I read them.
And
you're over here talking about, well, you know what's in the past is in the past, and I hope we can grow from this. Yo, fuck you, dude. If I ever see him, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out, dude. For real.
The dude makes me laugh.
I ain't scared of you, dog. I mean, what kind of person you are? You don't scare nobody. Nobody over here, cuz. Hey, here's what I know. Here's what I know. Here's what the fuck I know, Jared.
What do you know, bro?
I want my $100,000 back, you fucking weirdo.
Ooh, he wants it back.
Fuck your legal team. I don't give a fuck about your legal team. What are you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna cease and desist, man. Cease and desist these motherfucking nuts.
Boom. See, I don't know. I see. That's what I'm saying. Is he alludes to it? You know, like, and why does he go there immediately? And why did he private the live? You know what I mean? This is not incriminating unless he was under some sort of legal gag order. You know, this is like any other video that he's ever put out that he's kept up. You see what I'm saying? And why did he specifically point out a cease and desist? You know, like, that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking that certain people, certain creators who are capitalizing off of I'm of the opinion, I'm of the belief, and I don't know, you know, I honestly don't know, but I feel like what makes the most sense is that what makes the most sense about that is that he that he had a cease and desist. Zavgirl had a cease and desist. Why would Zavgirl pass up all that money that she was making? You know how much money she'd be making if she threw Jared under the bus? Like, she could still save face. You know what I mean? She could still save face and be like, oh, I trusted him and I don't like him no more. You know what I mean? Like I trusted the guy and he really disappointed me. And then she could do these long, drawn out fucking lives, opening up her panel and having a bunch of fucking idiots jump on her panel and talk about, oh my God, I feel so betrayed. I believed in them, and just hours and hours of that bullshit. And like, super chats would be rolling in. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing that makes sense to me as to why he just abruptly shut the fuck up about it and Zavgirl abruptly shut the fuck up about it is because I feel like I said, what makes sense to me is that they might have gotten slapped with a C&D. Probably by a member of Kylie's family. Maybe Jagger's family, maybe. I mean, that's what seems to make the most sense to me. Give me 1 second here, folks. All right, because I feel like hanging out with you guys. I mean, we covered what I came on here to cover. So, but man, it sucks. Like, there's the Dolly Vision troll. And the thing is he uses music. The Dolly Vision troll, not actually Dolly Vision, but he's been putting out clips and but he's using like music that I can't play on here, and the videos are just fantastic. And I really wish that I could go over them because they're really funny. You've seen this Dolly Vision in my chat, and it's not the actual Dolly Vision. But that person has been putting out clips and making clips and making clip videos, and they're fucking hilarious. And I'm bummed out that like I can't show them because he uses music. And then yeah, and then you just got and I already went over that one. Let's see what Heels did here. This is a Heels in the Air video. off the subject.
You know, this is just insane. But again, we're finding out the people that are responsible are tenants, they're renters. I'm also hearing through the grapevine, it's a possibility that this was Sarah's parents' house that they were renting. Just some really, and many of these other creators are showing Sarah's very weird TikTok posts, some of the things that her and Stacey have said. We watched the court appearance yesterday. We were kind of all like, huh? What's wrong with this lady? Is she on drugs? Is she sleeping? A lot of people don't realize when you're under arrest and you're going through the stresses of this kind of crime and, being picked and prodded all hours of the night. I mean, she's probably being pulled out of her jail cell several times, probably being able to sleep maybe 1 or 2 hours between the time she's being pulled out of her cell, either to be questioned or booked or a combination of them. But your body starts falling asleep. That's a telltale sign. Like, I don't know if you know this, but, there's a lot of people that will go in there and literally, while they're waiting for police, lay on the floor and start trying to fall asleep with all this chaos. It's because of the stress from the case. And it's usually indicative of somebody that's responsible. Most people that aren't responsible for crimes, they can't go to sleep. People that have been caught and stuff like that, and everything starts crashing down on them. The high starts wearing off because it's like almost an adrenaline high that they're going through trying to think of all these lies. Think of how many months she's been over a year.
Wait, what? Oh, this is a long video.
All this stuff on her shoulders.
So yeah, we'll just watch this.
Had her hands in it or not, it's still now crashing in, and all of that energy is just wiped out. So it could be that she's just exhausted, and that it is possible. It happens. A lot of people are talking about Michelle After Dark and her discuss over the Idaho News. We don't know. First of all, people are condemning I think it's Eastern Idaho News or something like that for putting out some information that was that has a gag order on it. There was only one document and attachments to that document that were provided a gag order on, and that was the affidavit of probable cause. So, in the attachments to that affidavit of probable cause. Now, a couple of things could have happened. This Eastern Idaho News could have requested these documents through the normal.
Andra, there was no gag order placed on any documents. All court documents were sealed.
Get her heels.
Therefore, they had the documents. It was in their possession in a lawful manner, and a judge ordered. I don't know the effects of that order on something that had already been previously distributed, if these actually came from the affidavit itself. There are a few different departments, so it's
one would think that a paralegal would know. I'm just saying.
Right.
Possible that they requested this information from a different department. They didn't have the order for the gag order yet. I mean, we don't know how they came across this information. We don't know if this information was truly ordered by the judge to be sealed. We don't know that. We're assuming that. We're assuming that because the affidavit of probable cause, we're assuming that these reports were added to the probable cause affidavit. Were they? They probably were. How did they get them? I don't know. I don't know how they got them. But I can tell you that I listened to Brandy's statement. Not one time did she ever allege Bullhorn Betty or Dolly Vision in any of those statements. Not one time. But these other channels are running with it as if she's talking to us.
Yeah. So Tiffany, her name "Heels in the Air" is it's a play on their the heels on the ground. Like that's what this idiot and JLR and MGL and Olivia called themselves when they were harassing Summer Wells' parents and getting them fired and running amok in Rogersville, Tennessee. So they called themselves their little gang. They called themselves Heels on the Ground. Yeah. So she renamed her channel Heels in the Air in lieu of that. I'm assuming. I think so anyway.
No, she didn't mention anyone by name. But you went to Idaho and promised that you would help her, as did Dolly, and you didn't. And now your cohort, JLR.
Yeah, so what she's talking about is there were these people that got arrested, and she did a video saying that she was going to get them out, and she was going to sue. She was going to help them with litigation, with lawyers to sue the police department, the Chatham County Police Department. Well, no, not Chatham County. Sorry, this is Idaho, not Savannah. But so she promised that she was going to help these people, and she never did.
Is interviewing potential suspects.
Jonathan Lee Riches investigates, covering the Michael Vaughn case. Let's talk about potential suspects on who is responsible for what happened to Michael Vaughn. And this
Look at this guy's fucking face, bro.
associate
I can't stand this dude's face. Jonathan's investigative toolbox consists of a Facebook and Ben verified account.
of Stacy and Sarah Wandra. In April of 2021,
I know, and he wears this shirt that says
Check this.
press
I am
that's
digging
supposed to like
deeply
hold some
into
sort of
associates,
water.
friends, and people centered around Stacy and Sarah Wandra.
Sticking and blocking out all the noise. We have to understand that
That's not what happened. And it doesn't matter what they say because Michael Vaughn's mother, she condemned his actions publicly to the point to where Duty Ron actually did a video where he was cussing. He was mad, like big mad. I went over it this afternoon. He was super mad about it, that the mother actually had to publicly speak out because this dude is going around talking to people that could be potential suspects or witnesses. And it could, and all it does is help the defense potentially if somebody goes to trial.
Not even just under attack, you know, with trying to find out this information. She's being
not.
under attack from crazy YouTubers that are
not.
stalking her. And
What?
trust me, those YouTubers that are stalking her are not Bullhorn Betty, and they are not Dolly Vision. And whoever is doing this to this poor lady needs to stop.
Your friend,
You
JLR.
know, and I'm so sick and tired of hearing other creators that worked with me on this case bashing me and acting like that they've done something for me when they have never done a damn thing for me in their life. So, you know, there was a few people that were invited out to Idaho. 2 people showed up. End of subject. Nobody did anything for me. You know how I got out there? I got out there because of the coffee clubbers and because of my own bank account. That's how we got out there.
Yeah,
And I have
the
to be
bank
honest,
account.
Dolly, helped out a lot as well. So, you know, it's nobody did anything for me or for this case other than Dolly and myself.
Right.
You know.
And you never said a
Wait.
word.
What do you mean nobody did anything for you for this case except for Dolly and yourself? Bullshit. You just said in the same breath, you said that your coffee clubbers helped you with it. That they donated money to you between them and your bank account. That's what, and nobody helped you? What do you mean? This is the kind of appreciation that she shows her own listeners. It's incredible to me that people still follow her.
Said a word about Dolly being there. Never said a word about collaborating with him or whatever else you did with him. Why was that kept a secret? And you still never mention it.
In the coffee club and the Turtles. Those are the people that sponsored this trip. Those are the people that paid for the signs.
He does
They
look
paid
like
for not
Jared.
Signs, but paid for the banners. That paid for, you know, the rentals. That paid for our rooms. But yeah, I don't care what other creators said that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been out there. No, that's not true because I went out there. So let's make sure that you're factual in your statements, please.
says the biggest liar on YouTube.
But I do believe that high profile.
And her
cases,
lies
this is
are
something
so
that the
easy to
families-
prove. Like her lies are so easy to prove because she'll contradict herself constantly. And she'll even catch herself. Dude, Kinsey, you're going to have to shut up. Okay. Nobody wants to hear that shit in here. So before you end up having to sit in the corner for 300 seconds, you're going to have to shut up.
Family's going to have to understand this is something.
And thus why Betty is now paying attention to
What's
it.
up, Makeup Mobster?
Now that they have suspect, now you're going to pay attention to it. Brandy asked people to stop talking about it.
Right.
Except to keep his name out there and show his poster, which you never do.
Right.
Ever. Now speculate.
That their representatives are going to have to understand. This is, you know, now that names are out there, and it's not me. I mean, it's everybody. It's everybody on YouTube. It's even your favorite creators
Oh,
like Michelle Fox. Michelle After Dark, whatever.
Lotus
she goes
Flower,
on,
I've
she
showed her
does.
criminal record on
She
here. I
tears
went
these
over it
cases apart too.
like thoroughly.
So the idea that nobody's going to be looking into this case and nobody's going to be looking
But
into
yes,
these people,
Toast
and
has
nobody's
too.
going to be curious and nobody's going to reach out to them. There are literally
Yeah, you were asked not to reach out to them. That's what she asked. Let law enforcement handle it. Move on.
If I feel I need to go to Idaho this time of year, I need to go to Idaho this time of year. We'll just see.
Oh my
I've been to
God.
Idaho. It's a beautiful state.
You know,
Wow.
I've seen you do some low stuff, Mallory. This takes the cake. Were you doing this for money?
Yo,
Why else-
nobody e-begs like Mallory. I've never seen anyone e-beg worse. Not even Strangler Betty e-begs as much as Mallory does. It's incredible.
Why else would you do it? Why do you do anything? Why are you kissing Molly's ass? I saw when she gave
Listen. I have a wish list, people. I have a wish list with a bunch of bullshit that I don't need, people. Listen.
the 100 that got it all started. You're a whole bitch right now, Mallory. Oh my God. She can hear the excavators from her house. They're digging to try to find her 5-year-old son who is dead.
Well, they think he is.
And you're going to preach to her about YouTube right now. You had some great friends, Mallory. Great friends.
It is game on. It's game on. I saw 6 cars go by.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a very live statement right there, right?
Yeah.
Take a shot
How
every
many more
time she
cars do you
says,
think are gonna
listen.
go by after making statements like this and making yourself present on YouTube in situations like this, right? And the more people that air you and show
More because the cops off and they're watching the people that go by. It's a very rural residential street.
Yeah, they're not fucking around.
videos like this, man, right? And the more people that analyze every word that comes out of your mouth, every facial expression, every nuance, trying to peel back layers of your onion over and over and over again, including your spouse. Listen, how many more cars? That's 6 cars.
Take a shot.
Right? Wait, when do you have people standing out in front of your house? Wait a minute. Listen, I could be
Why
standing out in front.
would
Listen,
anyone stand outside
listen.
of her house? Why? What? For what purpose? Mallory, you're being an idiot.
Your house, lady.
She's
I've been
always
known.
being an
I
idiot.
know
What
it.
are you
Listen,
talking about?
I mean, I could actually be standing out in front of your house. All I would ask is that, listen, please
Go stand in front of her house. Please go stand in front of her house.
Right?
Please do it.
have a beverage. Will you please have beverages? Have something cold to offer. Please, Jesus.
She's listening to excavators trying to dig her son out of a backyard where she hears it. And ask her to give you cold drink if you go out there, stand in front of her house. You cold bitch. You're doing this for
Dang.
money.
Yo, Hills is mad.
Clicks and she's doing this because she's pleading
And I don't blame
for her baby boy justice because she knows he's not alive. She knows this name. You want a cold drink? Girl, I'll give you a cold drink.
Exactly, make
Come sit in front of my house. Okay? Because I don't think I'd do much time for a cold drink in your face.
Yeah. I would stick a hose on you. Straight up. Like,
They should have told her.
like
They should have told her. Listen, we'll be more than happy to help you do what you do. But we
people
gotta
are
work.
like so like these neighbors, man, they're so nice because I swear to God, I turn a hose on these people. I would not give a fuck. I would just and what? I would not give a fuck.
It's going to come with a cost. It will come with a cost. There's going to be people on here that are going to deep dive into your life. They're going to deep dive into the case.
Yeah. It's over. No need for that anymore. Because now, I mean, JLR was handed. Here's what JLR does. Goes to the Facebook page of this woman that's in jail, looks at her friends, runs his, then verified on all of them. Bingo, hits the jackpot with a guy that lewdness with children or whatever, and he could be a suspect. Who knows? So JLR acts like he did some deep dive investigation, which my dog could do, and he's throwing that up. What good is that doing? How's that helpful? Is he going to call him next, record it without telling him and put it online? I would imagine he is. Well, I don't know. I think the guy's in jail. How's that helpful at this point? All it does at this point, now that JLR knows exactly who the suspects are,
Yeah,
how is it
Benjamin,
helpful
man,
for him
it's
to interfere?
fascinating, isn't it? Go fuck yourself.
They will be reaching out and contacting anybody and anybody for information. They should have been truthful. I've been here a very long time. And if you don't prepare somebody for that, you have failed that person. I mean, I'm no true crimer.
No, you're not. No,
I don't know nothing.
you don't.
Right?
No,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Justin would
Heels
not just,
nailed it.
he wouldn't
You
do that
know
to somebody,
shit.
especially somebody so vulnerable as this lady. He wouldn't do it. Justin would say, listen, I would love to help you.
You never watched
share your
Family
story,
Ties?
get the
Family
word out,
Ties?
because
Mallory?
YouTube has a lot of viewers, right? You never know who could have said what. Not so much of it at this point, have you seen the little boy? But has anybody overheard a conversation, right? I could have heard somebody say that boy's name in a convenience store, in a wall. I could have heard any kind of mention of, listen, I could have heard, listen.
Yeah, you know where they take those kind of tips? Now that you're in true crime, I'll let you know. You take those kind of tips to the police, not to Justin, for God's sake.
Right.
Last time Justin got really involved with
And I've said this before. Let me tell you about Jaundice for All. Okay. The only reason that dude has as many subscribers as he has and he gets as many people in chat as he has is because he's MGL's lapdog, A, right? And B, because he had a completely and totally pointless and useless interview with a completely irrelevant person involving the Summer Wells case. This dude was just nothing but just had hearsay. That's it. That's all that he contributed. He was a dude, he was a couch. he was riding the couch at Summer Wells's house. That's it. And so he just went on there, talked a bunch of shit because everybody was like, where's this Jose guy? Where's this Jose guy? Where's this Jose guy? And it was pointless. It had nothing to do with anything. It wasn't helpful to the case at all, but he could have been a potential witness, right? So let's say somebody got arrested. Somebody involved in Summer's life got arrested. Let's say he was a suspect, right? Right there, that could have jeopardized the case. Right there. And now Jose's gone. Now he's no longer with us. But I mean, the truth is that he was completely irrelevant. And we're talking about a dude, Jaundice for All is a dude that I saw on a video on one of MGL's videos. And he was sitting here talking about the BTK killer, right? Dennis Rader, didn't know his name, by the way. And he thought that BTK stood for blind, torture, and kill. That he would blind them. He would blind them and then he would torture them and then kill them. Like Mr. fucking True Crime, who doesn't know one of the most simplest, most infamous acronyms in the world when it comes to a serial killer. Like he thought that B stood for blind, not bind. Incredible. and then he gets an interview with the infamous Jose, and now all of a sudden he's a fucking true crime expert, and he knows dick about true crime. He knows dick about any case. He is excruciatingly boring. Like, seriously, like I would rather count the ridges on a butter knife than listen to that guy on a live stream. It's unbelievable. He just sits there staring at his chat. He has nothing to contribute to anything. And then he shows up with his gut hanging out of a fucking tight ass little sleeveless shirt, like a backup dancer in a Beyonce video. Just it was ridiculous, dude. Like, there's nothing about that dude that I can take seriously. There's just nothing about that dude at all that I could take seriously. The guy's a fucking idiot.
someone involved in a case. That guy's no longer with us. So, just saying.
Just for curiosity, how deep of a hole would I need to dig to bury a small child? You know, looking for a shovel at Home Depot, right? Anybody? Boy, that's a weird question. Somebody might have taken note, right? And then they could have went and got a video. You never know. YouTube is a very large place and it's got a lot of ears and eyes.
Yeah, well, so far in all the years that I've been here and associated with true crime,
Yeah, he can't read
that
for shit.
happened. No one's ever solved a case. We can bring up the Bethumes, and they went through their videos, which was awesome. They didn't solve a case.
So I can understand, but Justin, he would not have this lady on here and not prepare her for all avenues of what's going to happen.
Oh, like he prepared Jose for what was going to happen? Is that what you mean? Let him know the circus it was going to turn into.
Thank you, Ultra Dark
Right.
CEO.
You're
Appreciate
gonna
it,
probably
buddy.
have people showing up to your house. They're either going to be heckling or they're going to be supporting, but either way, they're going to be there in the name of this missing child. Any way you cut it. Nobody's going to be there dragging your
No,
child.
they're
That's
they're
gonna be the
there
commonality.
in the name
Everybody's there going to be in
of
the name
super
and the honor of that
chats.
missing child, even if you have to take a beating.
I think we got a super chat.
No, that's gonna end. That's gonna end. She's a victim, as is her husband. Don Wells and Candace Wells are victims. We don't beat up on victims.
No, we don't.
I mean, where you come from, probably. Your little corner of the hell. Can't.
Be
Get her
willing to take
heels.
the beating. As long as your child is in that spotlight. Media trucks are coming.
No. You don't get to beat up victims just to get you can put their child's name out there and you can sleuth. I don't know why people feel like they have to. What is it? What good has it ever done? Look at the heels on the ground squirrels. What good did they do?
They actually, dude, the TBI publicly in a press conference blamed social media and flooding tip lines because their sources are so limited. You guys, you have to understand, this is what these idiots don't understand. They think that there's just this unlimited amount of resources when it comes to finding a missing child or a missing person or solving a murder. They think that there's these unlimited. Dude, how many missing people do you think go missing from Rogersville, Tennessee? Those people aren't. They're trained for it from like the academy, but they don't have experience. You know what I mean? And I'm not, and it's not to suggest that they're incompetent. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when you're dealing with a small, very rural area like that, you have to take into consideration their resources. And the best thing that we can do is just not interfere. Get out of their way. Let them do what they do to the best of their abilities. That is all you can do. That ethically, that is all you can do. So to sit there and be like, they're not doing their jobs. They're not doing their jobs. That's fucking asinine, dude. That's completely and totally ridiculous. You got to let law enforcement do their jobs, man. You know, and you got to take into consideration their resources and their experience based on the areas that they live in. Think about that. Like, you think that they're used to dealing with a high profile case, you know, that they're used to dealing with a missing 5-year-old kid and it being such a high profile case on top of it. They don't know. You know what I mean? I don't even think the TBI has that much experience when it comes to that. And they're highly trained.
You don't beat up victims.
Tube ears and eyes are watching. Be willing to take the goddamn beating. Jesus Christ put himself up on a goddamn cross, right? Jesus Christ apparently was willing to take the goddamn beating for everybody else. So I think if you're the parent,
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, being a victim and being a saint.
Oh, and somebody, hold on, I missed this because I got up
Oh,
for
I'm
a
sure
second.
Brandy would give her life for her son. But no parent should be willing to have their lives ruined. No parent is willing to have their lives ruined.
All right, I saw that
and have their
somebody
family's lives
gifted
ruined,
5.
their other children's
For some
lives
reason, it doesn't
ruined,
show up in my
their
StreamYard chat.
Facebook
Let me take
friends'
a look at this.
lives ruined.
LNC
Their
gifted
careers
5
ruined
memberships, so
by
thank
a
you
bunch
for
of
that,
reprobates.
LNC.
A bunch of idiots and clout chasers on YouTube. That's not the same as Jesus, I hate to tell you.
Or the grandmother, Billy Joe.
And you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You didn't know who this woman was 5 days ago.
Right.
And you're making all these judgments. And
Yeah.
let
Yeah,
me
let me clear
congratulate you.
something up. Jesus Christ did not climb up on a cross and nail himself to it, okay? Bullhorn Betty does that. MGL does that. They climb up on their little metaphoric cross and nail themselves to it to martyr themselves and act like they're sacrificing so much for victims.
You on not asking for money since it started. Just a little video here.
Or to the reality and try to keep our emotions out of it. Keep our, keep our how much we think we should like her or just like her out of it and just go with the facts.
I can't imagine going through and you're going to pile on. She was at work. You're going to call her a bad mother? You cunt. You're a cunt, Mallory.
Get her, Heels. Heels is just
You're
like,
despicable. You belong with the rest.
You're a cunt.
Unbelievable. and Betty's over there. Oh, she's my friend, and it just must be terrible what she's going through. Y'all deserve
Right? If you've got other things to do about the house and you're not
Yeah,
able to,
don't victim shame. You don't like the trans people. You don't like anyone shaming you, but you're going to victim shame this mother. Well, you were being nice, Deets. I kind of went.
those things and monitoring your
Further.
children at the same time, bring in a sitter until the other parent can get home.
Oh, really?
Right?
You think people have that kind of money? They're not sitting around begging for money all day long, Mallory. They're working for it. Have a sitter come in while you change the baby's diaper. Yeah, Deets, you're being very nice, but kids can get out no matter what you do, unless you want to put bars on your doors and windows.
In trial. She may have some mental illness. She may be diagnosed with something, but she's able to answer the judge's questions. She was able to speak to the detectives when they were at her house.
Mm-hmm.
They go to the Eastern. Was that on Twitter or was it on Facebook? The Eastern Idaho News with the paperwork. Eastern Idaho News.
East Idaho News, not Eastern. Because it's East Idaho News.
Eastern Idaho County News Club from Eastern. East
Look at how
Idaho News.
clueless she is, dude.
East Idaho. It's not Eastern.
Look at how clueless she is. She's completely and totally
All right,
clueless.
there we are.
Has no idea what the fuck she's ever
Failing
talking
to
about.
report. So let's just read this and see what all this has
Welcome,
to say.
Shannon Marie. Did you see
related to
the
Michael
Debbie
Bonds,
Collier
it's,
case was
Idaho
ruled a
statesman,
suicide? I did see
Louisiana.
that.
What the allegations are made. They're understanding.
I did not follow that case. But I do know there were a lot of channels that were doing a lot of speculation, pointing a lot of fingers. And guess what? It's ruled a suicide. Got to be careful, folks. Got to be careful.
Understanding. That's the problem. They're not going to be able to do that because my understanding of how the law works and how it's applied is for you to be incompetent to stand
Yeah,
trial.
I
You can't
saw that
understand.
toast
You can't
or
help in your own
Naked
defense. You
Monster.
can't
That was funny as
communicate
hell.
with your, attorneys. It seems like she was doing all of those things in that hearing with that judge. So I don't think she's going to be deemed incompetent.
She looked
to
up the
stand trial.
laws in the country of Georgia.
However, Judge asked her if she understood against what was against her, but maintained they're not correct.
She totally
When
did,
he informed
Diggs.
her of her rights, she said, "I don't have any reason to be silent because I didn't do anything wrong." Insanity plea, but it can rule that she can't withstand a trial. She understood.
What's
There's
up,
a lot that
Heels?
goes into that. People don't realize. Like right now,
Oh, here
she's
we go.
answering. They're already showing
Yo,
that she's been
Heels, you got raw as fuck in this one, man. Like, we love you here.
helping her own trial. And he did it, and the judge did it very well. He was asking her questions, and she was responding to him. If she was sitting there and didn't say a thing, then yes, they can say that she can't, that she, needs a mental evaluation and is incompetent to stand trial. But that's not what you're seeing here.
No, the judge ordered a mental evaluation. Okay. You should read. You just spout shit off without knowing what you're talking about all the time.
She was
Constantly.
answering questions. She was cognizant. She knew what she was talking about. That was the only requirement
I
necessary.
still don't know what
to
the
prove
fuck
that
she's
she
talking
is
about.
competent to stand trial. He already eliminated that with him asking her questions related to appointing her an attorney. If she would have sat there and was stone-faced and didn't answer any questions that the courts had, then yeah, she'd have a better defense in saying that she cannot, that she's incompetent to stand trial and cannot help in her own defense. But clearly she can. So, yes.
Here you go, Andra. Fayette County prosecuting attorney Michael Duke reportedly sought to have Wander's bond set at $1 million. Judge Lee set Wander's bond at $500,000 and also ordered her to undergo a mental health evaluation.
I truly believe that Brandy
Like, it just
should
takes
not,
just a little effort.
should not be on
She's
here
right in
because
front of
this
a
has got
computer,
to be
bro.
Some of the worst
Like,
stuff
Google.
you could possibly
It's so
hear at
easy.
the worst time of your life, and at
Even
the
my
end of the day,
boomer ass
Oh, you
knows
can
that.
now.
will continue to go on, whether it hurts Brandy or not.
Yeah.
It's not our intention to hurt. Even like I'm sure Purple wasn't her intention to hurt, but she did. And then she tried to blame me for it, and that was
Because it was your fault. She didn't break the news, you did. That's where she got it. So she assumed Brandy knew. She didn't think Brandy didn't know about it.
and they blame me. I'm doing good, right? Because I'm doing so good that they have to blame me for crap that I didn't even do, just to smear my name, because I'm doing such good work, and they can't stand it. They can participate, but they won't because they're too greedy.
Goodbye,
That's what it
T-Box
comes down to.
wife.
Would you do me a favor and go ahead and list all the good work you've done? I'm curious. Then that way, when you say that and people say, oh, she's not done anything, I can give them a list.
It's really funny
reason why they don't leave
because
their house, the reason why they
it's
don't leave.
like she teams up with Dolly, right? She teams up with Dolly Vision, and you would think, because in my opinion, there's two people on YouTube that there's nobody more stupid than those two. They're the two stupidest fucking people in the true crime community, easily, without a doubt in my mind. And it's really odd. It's a really crazy like phenomenon that takes place, because you'd think that the little bit of intelligence that she has and the little bit of intelligence that he has put together would just double that intelligence, but somehow they make each other even dumber. Like it's mind-blowing. It's a fascinating like phenomenon to witness. They're just like, okay, like I'm going to put my stupid with your stupid, and then it's going to double the stupid. It doesn't double the intelligence. It doubles the stupid. It's really, really, it's wild.
They don't buy plane tickets. It's because they're doing exactly what they're
I don't know if they're a couple, and I don't care. Honestly, I just think it's funny to joke about it. If I'm being honest, that stream that she did, that I streamed while she was live and she was drunk. My theory on that was she got dumped or rejected by Dolly, and then went to the bar, tried to pick somebody up to to blow off some steam, as it were, and then got on and got rejected, came home alone, and then and then she just ended up drunk live streaming, and the next morning there were suction cup rings on her bathtub.
exactly what they're accusing me of doing.
Which is?
But there are a lot of people that are getting wise to that. I mean, you can only beat up people for so long and have the same arguments, right? It's like, can you come up with something new besides grifter and picking the bones off and tragedy pimps and all this other stuff? Like, it's getting boring.
Well, stop grifting, stop pimping tragedies, and we'll talk about something else.
Come up with any
I mean, we did talk about how fucking thirsty you are the other night. That shit was just fun. Like, she was just so thirsty. It was so crazy. If she wasn't such an asshole, it would have been sad. You know, like if she wasn't such a fucking asshole, it would have been sad. Sitting here, I'm lonely. I've been alone for 5.5 years. I just need a man. I just need a man. Miss Professional True Crime. Using her YouTube channel like a video dating site from like a video dating service from the 90s. It was incredible.
Creative words in that. Like every other week, we're coming up with new and creative words about the Sob Squad. Like we're calling them cockroaches, Sob Squad. I mean, the Antichrist. You know, I mean,
She totally said that straight up.
To keep it lively for our
She
audience.
totally said she needed the D. She's got the V. Give me the D.
I mean, stupid is all we've ever called you. I mean, you don't have to get creative.
Small town
Or
country
strange.
girl is because
Still, I don't.
it's because this is 2022, almost 2023, and we don't make anything that even resembles a slur towards trans people or gay people or anything of that nature. The way, I mean, this is the thing. I'm not going to get into a whole deep thing about it. You know, to sit there and point somebody out and be like, that's a man. It's just so 1980 and it's just kind of ridiculous. It doesn't matter what you believe in. But the fact of the matter is, you know, if that person wants to be identified as a woman and wants to be considered a woman, then regardless of how we feel about her intelligence, you know, I'm going to respect that. If you come in here and you tell me that you identify as, I don't know, let's say an oxen, I'm going to be like, all right, cool, man. You're an oxen. Right on. I mean, if your name is Cornelius, but you want to be called Jester, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to call you Jester. That's cool. No problem. You know, like you have a right to be called what you want to be called. It's that simple. So to just be like, you know, that's a man. It's, you know, in all caps in my chat, it's just really tacky. And that's why I timed you out, because you kept doing it after I deleted your comments. You didn't get the hint after I deleted your comments, and you just kept doing it.
The same nonsense and the same crap over and over again. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
Betty was arrested. You know what? They're looking into me still. Like
SF wants to be called Batman.
What they found out.
No,
They found out that everything I've said has been true. Like I'm watching them eat their words. I'm watching that crazy Sue's lady, right? And she's like, oh, that's another one she squeezed out of. It's like, no, I didn't squeeze out of another charge, lady. It was a false charge. It was under a lie, and I went to court and was found not.
No. Okay.
Well,
I can pull
see,
up most of your domestic violence charges.
You respectfully disagree, but we're not going to get into a debate over the trans issue. Okay, that's just not going to happen. Just so you understand.
And every one of them that I can remember looking at are dismissed with prejudice, which means it can be opened again at any time.
The death of her grandson. There ain't no way in hell, Randy.
Okay, well, she allowed you and Dolly into her house and was going to team up with you. So I don't know why you think you're so much better than Billy Joe. I really don't know why you think you're so much better. You've been busted for drugs. You've been busted for violence, drinking, stalking.
42 times, by the way. 42 times.
We don't even need to get into Dolly. So, just saying.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I would probably, I don't know what I would do, but that would be horrible. That would be horrible. I don't see a mother that had her son stolen from her working with a woman that could care less about her grandson. I don't see that happen. I mean, stranger things have happened. I just truly, I've met Randy.
Because you say she could care less about her grandson, or because it's the truth? Because you don't know. You
Okay.
spread bullshit.
Got you, Heels.
That's why people hate you. Okay. This right here is why people hate you.
I've met Randy, and she does not seem like she would be interested in that at all. If she heard the facts of the case, and if she's been watching this channel, she definitely knows the facts of the case, and she knows damn well I never rolled up.
And I'm pretty sure you were just trolled because you're so easy.
But I damn sure rolled up on Billy Joe's house like that, and
Right.
I'm sure she will take that into consideration.
The thing about Betty is she's the easiest person to troll in the world. And the reason why is she can't even pay attention to the shit that comes out of her own mouth. It's so easy to troll her because she doesn't even, she trolls herself. She's too busy talking out of her ass without knowing a fucking thing of what she's talking about, like ever. So it's just really easy to troll her. Like, it's just incredible. And yet she's still so worried about what other people say and think about her. It's really, really, it's fascinating.
Because I have a great batting average on YouTube, a great batting average.
What?
Hell of a lot more, better batting average than my counterparts, right? The ones that like to protect baby killers and shit, like Billy Joe.
What's a batting average?
I think shit should only be like 50 cents, guys. I don't know.
Okay, so since when is Billy Joe a baby killer? She wasn't even there. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. She did the same thing with the Summer Wells case. We don't even have any evidence that Summer Wells is deceased. We have no evidence to even remotely indicate that Summer Wells is deceased. Just because she's missing doesn't mean that she's dead. And then these people show up to Rogersville screaming through a bullhorn, calling these people baby killers. Because until otherwise established, these are parents of a missing child, which makes them victims. Don and Candace are victims until proven otherwise. It's just that simple. And I hate to toot my own horn here, people, but and I'm not gonna lie, actually, that's not 100% true. I rather enjoy it from time to time. But I've never been wrong. I've never been wrong. Since I've been in this community, I have yet to be wrong. I'm just being honest. I have yet to be wrong when it comes to a theory on a case, because I don't, and it's easy. It's not because I speculate all the time, and it's not because I theorize all the time. It's the fact that I know when to theorize, when it's responsible to theorize. It's the fact that I know when it's responsible to speculate. And when I don't know about something, I will simply say, I don't know. Neither do you. There's not enough evidence. There's simply not enough evidence to indicate what all of these other idiots are saying. There's simply not. I'm very, very careful when it comes to that. I said the same thing about Barry Morphew. And look, Barry Morphew probably going to walk. When the prosecution, when the DA publicly spoke out and said that we are booking Barry Morphew, we're charging him with murder, I was like, she doesn't look real confident there. I don't know. It seems a little premature. I might be wrong, but it seems a little premature. Look what's happening now with Barry Morphew. Barry Morphew is probably going to walk. I'm not saying he's innocent. What I'm saying is he's probably going to walk. because the DA shot her load too quick. She got overzealous and slapped the cuffs on him way too early before they had a strong enough case. And he can afford a good lawyer, and that lawyer is already finding holes in the case enough to where they can create doubt in a juror. One juror, people. That's all it takes. One juror. And I've never said that somebody was innocent either when they turn out to be guilty. I just say, hey, be careful. We don't know yet. You don't have enough evidence yet. We don't know yet. That's all I do. I speculate responsibly. I speculate based on the facts that are already made available to the public. That is all I do. I tune out all the white noise. I tune out the hearsay from neighbors and shit like that, because who the fuck knows? There's no credibility from somebody who wants to be on a YouTube channel and wants to be heard. There's just no credibility in that. So I always take anything that somebody like all of the, like, you got this Hunter kid, 15-year-old kid, 16 now, I think. You got his mom, and everybody's like, everybody's, you got Chris McDumbass who's interviewing them when he shouldn't be. As a former law enforcement officer, he should know that that's totally irresponsible. And now there are no leads. There are no leads in finding Summer. She is lost in the wind. And Chris McDumbass is the worst of the worst when it comes to the Summer Wells case. Besides these people, he's the worst of the worst because his platform is so large. And he's just got God knows how many idiots got their wheels turning, and how many of them fucking decided to call into a tip line and start spewing out ridiculous bullshit theories. So I'm not saying that I'm never wrong when it comes to these cases because I'm so smart and I figured the shit out. No, I'm saying it's because I know when it's responsible to speculate and theorize and when it's not. I always look at people as potential victims. You have the type of YouTuber that looks at people in these cases as potential suspects or potential victims. I choose to look at them as potential victims. And when you look at them from that perspective, you theorize and speculate responsibly. You're led to do that.
We got their
Is that what you were talking about, Heels?
neighbors next door to them and one of their friends in the car that have horrible, horrible records when it comes to children. So the Wandras were actually hanging out with people that had these kinds of charges in their back, and it's multiple people. Okay?
Okay.
Multiple people that
So
are.
let me rewind that real quick then.
Multiple people that's a charge actually.
Okay, so Bullhorn Betty's batting average. I love this. Oh, Heels. Guest Brian Laundrie killed Gabby Petito. Okay, yeah, we all did. The Wells, no evidence of a crime, as I was just saying. Kylie Rodney, wrong as fuck. Quentin Simon, suspect already determined by law enforcement. Monkey Vaughn, she didn't offer a suspect in this case.
We got their neighbors next door to them and one of their friends in the car that have horrible, horrible records when it comes to children. So the Wandras were actually hanging out with people that had these kinds of charges in their back, and it's multiple people. Okay, multiple people that are RSOs, multiple people in and around.
After being asked to stop, you continue with your little slimy friend, JLR. You respect Brandy so much.
Their life that were RSOs. Is this a ring
Oh my God.
in that community we don't know about? The underbelly of this Fruitland, Idaho population.
Could be.
Because quite frankly,
Mhm.
you know, I don't know if I have, maybe I do. Maybe I do.
Mhm.
I don't know if I hang out or associated or have one family member that has been convicted.
Dolly's brother is a registered sex offender because he had sex with his daughter. And he videoed all the information.
He totally did.
Have you watched it?
It was so gross. Like, I won't go over that on this
You
channel.
Brought
Like,
him into the fold the other night and said he was your cousin, sister, brother, I don't remember. But think about your statement.
Or accused of a crime such as this, let alone
Really?
having 3 people in and around my world, close to my world, that are RSOs.
Mm.
That's the problem I'm having here. Why are there so many RSOs around the Wandras? That needs to be the question we're asking.
Should I ask Dolly?
And again, it's sad
she's so stupid.
that this is the revelation we are learning.
Yeah, look at that guy. And Dolly brought him to the thing. I won't call it a protest. It's not. That's not what it was. Oh God, it's so gross. Yeah, I mean, we all saw the video, man. Like like that dude like filmed himself saying that he was gonna fuck his daughter, and like we can all go fuck ourselves if we don't like it. Like that's Dolly's brother. You know what I mean? Like it's disgusting, dude. And apparently he lives with Dolly. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah, go check out Savage Live Media's channel. She has that up. She's the one that put it out there. Yeah, it's just really disgusting, man. Like, yeah, I mean, everything about Dolly is just fucking gross, dude. And I mean, you know, like, it's none of my business how, you know, like how he deals with his family members as far as shit like that goes. You know, it's none of our business, honestly. I just, you know, but if I'm, you know, if I'm trying to gain credibility on YouTube as a true crime creator, and I'm like, I'm sitting here saying that I'm an advocate for victims, I'm not going to be publicly bringing that dude with me on a victims advocacy mission. You know what I mean? Brother or not, like that's fucked up. It's gross. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, I'm just going to look at it and I'm going to try to be more than fair to Dolly about that. And I'm just going to look at it from a perspective of credibility. You know, like that right there, there's no credibility. Why would you, you know, like even if my brother was capable of some disgusting shit like that, and then he did that shit, I'm not going to be publicly, dude, you're not coming with me. I'm going to be like, dude, you're not coming with me. You know what I mean? I love you and everything, but you're not coming with me. And that's because I just can't imagine that situation being a thing in my family. But if it were, in theory, and if I decided that I was okay with my brother and I forgive him and I forgave him for it, I definitely would not be publicly seen with him on these missions where they're trying to say that they're advocates for victims. That's fucking crazy. There's no fucking way. It's all of these people are completely fucked up. Like, just look at this group of people. Look at JLR's past. Look at Bullhorn Betty's past. I have never seen a rap sheet as long as Bullhorn Betty's. I've never seen it. It's insane. I've never seen a rap sheet that long. And the shit that JLR does, or that he went to prison for, is crazy. And the shit that he did while he was in prison is even more crazy. And then you have Dolly and his crazy shit. It's like the most fucked up people on YouTube got together and formed a team. And then you have MGL, who, like, I mean, everybody's gone over that video, that body cam footage of her in the New Orleans jail getting booked. I mean, and you know, and people take her seriously. It's insane. It's just completely fucking insane. And people just fucking like dump money all over them. It makes no sense. It's straight Twilight Zone shit. Dude, I remember the first time, I remember she opened her panel. It was 4 years ago. I just started on YouTube, and she opened her panel. And I jumped on there and I was just kind of talking about what I was wanting to do with my channel. And she's like, and I explained the whole Glare thing, and she was like, have you ever thought about being a life coach? And I'm like, no. You know how fucked up I am? Like, there's you know how fucked up my life is because of all the bad decisions that I've made. You know, and I never ripped off a stripper, you know, but like, there's no fucking, like, that would be the most arrogant and delusional shit that I could ever do, is call myself a life coach. Who the fuck am I to coach anybody's life? Don't fucking take my advice on life. The fuck, no. Like, part of the reason why I'm private is like, you guys would be like, damn, dude, really? You're in your 40s and that, you know what I mean? I'm nobody to be coaching anybody's life. I've made so many bad decisions that, like, you know, the only difference is that I own them. You know, I own my bad decisions. There was a time where I didn't. There was a time where I blamed the whole world for my problems, and now I don't. You know, like, I can make mistakes. I mean, I went from being a guy that was completely self-oblivious to being the guy that can go on a YouTube live stream and admit that I fucking that I bought a phone for the purpose of it upgrading, of it having more memory, without checking how many gigabytes my current phone has, and ended up buying a phone with the same amount of gigabytes. And now, like, yeah. Now I got to go through this whole thing now to exchange it. You know, like, And I can make fun of myself for things like that, you know? But the whole world isn't, you know, because I'm the kind of person that can admit my wrongdoings and admit my mistakes and make fun of myself for them. You know, I get more respect than somebody like MGL or Bullhorn Betty, who just can't fucking admit simple mistakes, who can't do something as simple as fucking Google to do the slightest bit of research when they say that they're a true crime channel. I mean, if you're going to claim to be a paralegal, Betty, right? You're going to claim to be a paralegal and you're going to talk about the law, at least look it up. And for God's sakes, know the difference between the state of Georgia and the country of Georgia. I mean, dude. And then you expect people to believe that you're a paralegal? No. I mean, here I am. I'm this dude with a GED. And when I dropped out of school, the last grade that I completed was the 8th grade, people. Okay? The last grade that I completed was the 8th grade. That's a fact. And yet I will have attorneys in my chat because I use common sense. And because I have enough common sense to go, you know what? I'm not a lawyer and I really don't know, you know, and then I'll refer to them and be like, hey, I'm curious, since, you know, I will ask somebody with the experience, with the education, if I don't know. I'm not too proud to do that because I actually want to learn, and I actually want my chat and my listeners to be more educated as well in a situation. We're all people that take interest in these things. And the responsible, simple, responsible thing to do is to simply fucking ask somebody who knows, because you don't. It's not that hard. Like why is it so difficult to put aside your pride, you know, to just know your fucking role, know your place? I'm simply a guy who takes an interest in these things, and I want to know more about it, and I want to understand it better. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it with no experience. I'm not going to sit here and talk like I have all this experience and try to convince people that I do, because what's going to happen is I'm going to look fucking stupid. And like, for some reason, this concept just does not resonate with people like JLR or Bullhorn Betty or Molly Golightly or Dolly Vision. This simple concept of it's okay to not know. And it's even more okay to simply ask somebody who does. Like, you think that Mystery Maven Esquire, when she's in my chat, she's sitting there thinking, man, this guy Glare is fucking stupid. No, she wouldn't even be in my chat. She actually, somebody who went to college for 8 years to get to where she is, for some reason, likes listening to my content. There's a reason for that, because I'm simply not afraid to ask questions, and I'm simply not afraid to give respect to those who have actually done things to educate themselves and become professionals in what they do. I'm not going to talk about a mental health disorder without asking a mental health professional if they're in my chat. If somebody in my chat, thank you, Heels in the Air. Stop giving me money, God damn it. Appreciate you so much. You know, I'm not going to sit here and talk like I'm a mental health professional, because I don't fucking know. But if somebody in my chat says, hey, I studied psychology for this long and blah, 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 and then I'm going to be like, oh, and I'm going to highlight their comment and I'm going to be like, that's interesting. Because this is a learning experience for me. I'm not here to teach anybody anything or educate anybody on anything, because I'm not fucking qualified to. It's simple. Like, and it's okay. Like, why is this concept so difficult? Why is their pride so much to where they can't just simply be like, you know what? I really don't know. I would love for somebody who's educated in that department to help me with that. You know, I mean, I can offer some wisdom from life experience. I've experienced things in life that a lot of people have not. I've done things that a lot of people haven't. And I can offer some wisdom in certain departments, but I can't, like, I'm not going to sit here and talk about, you know, symptoms of certain mental health deficiencies that I don't know anything about. I never went to school for it. I never studied for it. But certain behaviors fascinate me. And then I'll ask and I'll say, well, I wonder, is that, you know, dissociative disorder? Is that, what are the symptoms of that? I don't know. I simply don't know, but I'm okay with not knowing until the point where I ask, because I want to know. I want to learn. But I'm not going to sit here once I ask somebody a question and then they answer it for me. I'm going to call myself an expert in that department, because I'm not. I'm just going to hope that they're going to want to come back and contribute to my chat. Contribute insight. I love when educated people contribute insight in my chat. And I'm not going to lie. My ego fucking loves when I throw out theories on things and then somebody who is educated in those departments actually like verify. They actually like validate the things that I say. I love that shit. Because I'll be like, hey, I'm not so stupid. All right. You know, it's nice. But that doesn't happen in Betty's chats. That doesn't happen in Betty's chats. Right, Sam B. Right. Like, but there's certain. Sorry, I saw a really stupid comment. I'm just going to ignore it. You know, like I joke and I say, you know, like, yeah, I watch Law and Order. I do watch Law and Order, but there's certain things that are just very simple, you know, and I'll use that as a reference and be like, dude, any idiot who watches Law and Order would know what a defense attorney's job is versus what a prosecutor's job is. It's simple, real easy. So when I have an attorney in my chat that verifies the things that I'm saying, that validate the things that I'm saying, it's nice. When I have a retired homicide detective validate the things that I'm saying, when I listen to their live streams, I'm like, man, all right, cool. I'm glad that I could, you know, because I get scared. I get scared of being that type of dude who's going to just talk out of my ass. I don't want to be viewed that way. I don't, because I don't want to mislead anyone. I know that there's a lot of people in my chat that enjoy my insight, but I don't want to mislead anybody and make them think that I know more than I do. That would be irresponsible. That causes a ripple effect when you have a platform where, you know, there's 300 people watching you at a time, and then you end up with an average of 5,000 views per video. It's 5,000 people watching you. You know, that's a lot of people. I mean, for a YouTuber, it's not that much, but it's still a lot of people. So there's a responsibility that comes with that. You know, I'm just not, I don't understand how people can fucking be so careless, so reckless with their platforms. I just don't understand it. Oh, you heard that? That's my stomach growling. I'm getting hungry. Right. Good point, Heels. Yeah. And that's the thing is I'll only debate with someone when I'm sure of what I'm talking about. Most of the time, if I don't really know, I'll ask questions. Like, it's funny. I was talking on the phone the other day with Morbid Reality. And then we just started talking about football. Right now, my Dolphins are doing fucking awesome. They're number 1 in the AFC East right now. That hasn't happened in years and years and years. It's amazing. The Dolphins are killing it right now, and I'm super proud of them. And yes, because I'm from Miami, it's fair to say that I'm a fair weather fan. Miami has the worst fan base in the world. And I don't know what a 1st and 10 means. I don't know the terms of football. I don't follow the players. I don't know anything about their history. I don't know what colleges they went to. I don't know any of that shit. All I know is there's the guy that has the ball, the team that has the ball. There's a line, an offensive line that has to protect the quarterback and protect and try to stop the defense from stopping the offense from getting the ball from this yard and making yards to get to the end zone and get a touchdown, score points. Like, it's just a simple, okay, the ball needs to move that way. And one team is trying to stop it. The other team is trying to make sure that the ball goes that way. It's simple. That's how I look at it. And I enjoy watching it. I enjoy it. I get really into it. But all the technical terms of football, no fucking clue. None. Don't follow the players. Don't care. I just like watching the game. You know what I mean? But if I'm sitting there watching football with somebody who really follows football and really loves it, I'm going to ask questions. What does that mean? Why was there a flag on that play? I don't understand what just happened. But I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I'm a fucking football expert because I get excited when somebody scores a fucking touchdown. That's insane. Because I'm cheating myself out of learning more. It is the game in a nutshell. Like, really, what more do you really need to know to enjoy the game? You know what I mean? But I respect people who really understand it. It's a very technical game. I mean, it's basically war. It's a territory thing, you know? It's just a game that simulates taking over territory. That's basically all it is. And it's fun to watch. And it's full contact. You know? But I don't pretend to be a football expert because I don't really know. But I enjoy watching it. And I especially enjoy watching it with people who do know about the game because I can ask them questions. And I've been watching football for years. I just don't care enough. Like, I don't watch Sports Center. You know, I don't. You know? Now, baseball is a different story. I know plenty about baseball, but I don't know. Again, I don't follow the players. I don't know which teams were doing good. I don't follow it. When I was a kid, I did. When I was a kid, my St. Louis Cardinals, that was my team. And then what ends up happening? There's the baseball strike that took place in what, 88? Broke my heart because I genuinely loved the game. Like, you're going to complain about how much millions you're making hitting a ball with a stick. You're going to complain about that because I loved it. I adored it. I wanted to be a baseball player, even though I was not athletic. The most athletic I've ever been has been in the last 5 years because I just got really serious about going to the gym and working out. That's the most athletic I've ever been. That and jumping around on a stage playing bass. That's the most athletic I've ever been. But I drink, I smoke, you know, but I loved I loved baseball as a kid. I fucking loved it. Ozzie Smith was my hero. If he scored a home run, which was almost never, he would do a flip onto the home plate. Dope. Loved it. Was crazy about it. He was my hero. Lou Brock, also one of my heroes. All those stolen bases. Dude was amazing. But then, like I said, the strike happened. I wonder if I could sue the MLB. I wonder if I could blame them for my life going downhill. Because as soon as that strike happened, that's when I started like listening to metal music and smoking weed and just making real bad decisions. That's I wonder if I can blame Major League Baseball for that, for being a bunch of greedy assholes, for ruining my life. Because then, yeah, they wrecked my dreams. They totally wrecked my dreams. And then I just started making bad decisions. I had no more heroes. My heroes were gone. Yeah, that's right. And I met Jose Canseco once. That was a dream wrecker too. Autographed my all-star rookie card. Like, and he was just a dick. He was a dick. Jose Canseco was a dick. I was 12, almost 13. I loved the guy. And he was a dick. Dude, get your ass out of here, bro. Why is this not showing up on my... Yeah, I agree, man. Never meet your heroes. I just learned not to have any. I learned not to have any. You know, like a famous person to me means shit. I don't give a fuck how famous you are. That makes no difference to me. People who like put people who happen to be famous on some sort of weird pedestal, I can't relate to that anymore. Like I haven't been able to do that in years and years. Like I don't like, it does not impress me whatsoever that millions of people know who you are. Just don't fucking care. Like, look at Cuck Church, dude. Just look at that guy. All you had to do is listen to that dude talk, right? It's just a very twisted thing. You listen to this guy talk out of his ass about crime cases when he knows nothing about them. And so many people that loved the guy were like heartbroken because they were like, oh my God. You look at that one dude, what is this, psycho babble rap? This guy has a son that passed on somehow. I think it was from an overdose. He's very public about it. And Cuck Church is like his favorite, both of their favorite artists. Right? And then he just completely and totally went off the rails with the Kylie Rodney case and broke that dude's heart. And all Cuck Church had to do in order to keep these people's dreams alive was just keep making music. That's it. Just shut the fuck up and make music. That's all he had to do. No, I didn't care about him anymore. At that point, Holly Benjamin. I was already an adult then. I mean, I'll be honest, like I stopped following baseball. I was already in my 30s and I was at the bar that I worked at. But I was off and I was just drinking with my buddies. And I was at the bar that I worked at and I saw Mark McGwire break the home run record. And I was just like, I cried. I was just like, man, that's fucking amazing. You know, I thought it was just the coolest fucking thing in the world that he did that. And he was a Cardinal at the time too. So I was just like, wow, man, fuck yeah. And I don't even think Smitten Kitten. See, people say that. People keep saying that was Cuck Church's motive. I think that he honestly believed the shit that he was saying. I think that he was just on too much Adderall. Because he admitted, we watched a video where he was just like, "Yep, when I play music, I'll take some Adderall." You know, so I think that he was just fucking lit up on Adderall, and his mind was racing, and he started to. Because I covered it. I did a stream maybe a week ago or so when this Jared thing first happened, or 2 weeks ago, whatever. When this Jared thing first happened, and I was streaming Cuck Church talking about it, and then he admitted to taking Adderall, and I was just like, makes perfect sense. Now it makes sense. Because I was thinking cocaine, but he was like, I don't do that shit. But dude, Adderall, very similar to cocaine as far as the symptoms go. Very similar. That's what I think. I think he just went a little too hard on the Adderall, and you know, like he wasn't sleeping ever. The dude was doing videos, you know, at like 4 a.m, and then you'd see him on somebody's panel at like noon the next day. The dude was not sleeping, you know. JLR's fucking penis face. Exactly. Fucking dick stomp face. Guy's a fucking idiot. Yeah. The fact that he smokes weed, I mean, that doesn't. I mean, I'll be honest. Like when I was playing music, I mean, it was necessary, man. I mean, to like get really, really baked and then get into the studio and like collaborate with my bandmates. One of us comes in the room with a riff. It starts with a riff, and then you just build from there. The creativity just, you know, weed was really helpful with that. And it just made the process really enjoyable. Otherwise, we would have been arguing and fighting because I was like adamant. Like if I had an idea of how a song should go, I'd be like, this is fucking how it has to go, you know? And then you just butt heads with your bandmates. But, you know, getting really stoned helped a lot with not arguing about that shit, you know? And it was just a fun process. At the end of the day, like when you have an end product, which is a complete song ready to record, excuse me, it's super fun. It's great. Well, I like weed and I like alcohol for different reasons. I don't do things to self-medicate anymore. Like I like to feel turnt in certain ways, you know what I mean? Like if I was drinking like I used to, like where it was just like to just drown out my demons, you know, if I was still drinking, you know, the way I did before I learned how to manage my demons without drinking, I wouldn't drink, you know what I mean? I shouldn't drink, you know, but I mean, yeah, I've been drinking beer for the last 3 hours. I mean, can you really tell? Can you really tell? So it's just, yeah, I don't drink to self-medicate. I drink because, you know, I like the way it makes me feel. I don't do it all that often. I mean, I guess maybe more than the than the moderate drinker, but I wouldn't say that I'm dependent on it. Definitely not dependent on it. Margot, that makes sense. That's fair. Sure, that's fair. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for, Mad Catter. And what's really funny, you know, there's people who are social drinkers. I used to be a social drinker. But it's funny, like the last few years, I just prefer my own company, honestly. I like being single, not because I can go and do whatever I want with anybody. I like living life completely on my terms. I don't like having to answer to anyone. I mean, deciding on what to eat, vastly easier than having to sit there with somebody and try to decide what you both want to eat. Like, you know, I've learned to love my own company. You know, I mean, that's why I was just like the saddest part of BHB's live stream that night was just watching her go, I'm sick of being alone. Like, that's your problem right there. Like, in my opinion, that's her problem. Like, you got to learn how to love your own company. Simple. Like, how do you expect to love somebody properly if you can't love yourself? How can you possibly ever expect to contribute positivity into a relationship? And how can you expect someone to love you if you can't even find the qualities in yourself to love for yourself? You know what I mean? How can you, it just, the chemistry doesn't add up. It doesn't mix. It doesn't work. It can't be done. It can't be done. Good for you, Melanie Deacon Kelly. Good for you. It's like, I remember I had quit drinking for a while, and this was just when I had discovered the whole Glera thing for myself, and I would go to AA meetings, and my thing was like I couldn't relate to anyone there, you know? And that's not that I'm looking down on anybody. My whole thing was like, if I were to go to AA meetings, what I would be doing was I would be trading one dependency for another. I would be trading the dependency for alcohol for the dependency on alcohol for the dependency of going to meetings and talking and commiserating with people that are just like me. What if there's no meeting? What if I can't find a meeting? What if, you know what I mean? So that was my whole thing. So, I mean, and I know it works for people. There was a guy in these meetings. This guy was an attorney for like 45 years or something like that. Like, and he was clean for like 30 years. Totally clean for like 30 years. And that was his thing. He would go to meetings, you know, but this dude had a solid career, you know. It just depends on what works for the individual. There's no formula that's going to work for every single person. You got to figure out what works for you and what is and what balances you out. But like I said, I mean, you know, it wasn't for me, man. You know what I mean? I could not, my thing was, I didn't want to be dependent on anything. I can drink now because I know that I'm not dependent on it. Like, there's times I'll go on a bender where like I'll drink whiskey for like 3 days straight, right? and then I'll go through physical withdrawal. But I'll go through the withdrawal. I'll lay in bed and I will just, you know, be like, okay, 3 days, that's enough, you know. But I'm not gonna like keep going and keep going and keep going to avoid the withdrawal. Like I'm just like, fuck, I really overdid it for 3 days, you know. So, and now I'm taking it easy with whiskey. Like now I'm just gonna take it easy. I drank whiskey yesterday and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that. I can't do that for days in a row like I did before. I just can't do it because like I'll end up shaking, cold sweats. But when I feel that, my instinct isn't to go out and get more whiskey. My instinct is to go, fuck, this is bad. I overdid it. It's time to chill out, you know? So, I mean, I don't know. Everybody's different, man. Everybody's fucking different. But it's not good because alcohol withdrawal can really like you could die of heart failure, man. Like you can go into shock. It's really bad. But I wouldn't get to that point. It was just I could feel it where I was just like, ooh, this fucking sucks, you know. But it was because but I knew I was feeling that way because of the alcohol. So it wasn't like my solution, like I said before, my solution wasn't, oh my God, I need to get more alcohol. It was like, okay, this is my body telling me you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, I mean, I'm a big believer in do whatever you want as long as it's not in the capacity of a dependency, and it's not in excess to the point to where you're hurting yourself. You know what I mean? And sometimes, you know, sometimes I cross that line where I'm hurting myself, but you know, I'll catch it and be like, fuck, okay, chill the fuck out, Will. It's time to chill the fuck out. Yeah, I've seen people go through opiate and benzo withdrawals, and it's really bad, man. I've seen that. I was never a pill guy. I don't like pills, man. I was never somebody that enjoyed that. Yeah, and then there's people, man, that I envy those people, man, that get drunk off 2 glasses of wine. It's a lot less expensive. I envy that. But I mean, I like either just smoking a bunch of weed and watching movies or just drinking a couple beers and watching movies. I love to just sit and watch movies. I love that shit. I love it. I always look forward to the next movie when something's coming out. John Wick 4 is coming out. I'm not really that excited about it. I'm not real impressed with the trailer, but I'm hoping that they just kind of kept the action sequences like for the actual movie. They're not giving away too much. Yeah, chocolate. Yeah, and I don't like sweets too much. I got like a half a thing of like Reese's flavored Chips Ahoy cookies, man. And like, no. Because now I'm at that age, man, where like I just get fat, you know? Like I get fat way too easy, way too quick. And I got to work really, really hard to burn it off, man. You know, like I shouldn't be drinking beer because of that. But it's a good thing that I love to work out. I love exercise because it keeps my head balanced, man. It just does. Just setting little personal physical goals for myself. What's up, Cracking Cases? It's good to see you, buddy. Yeah, and it retains water, man. Like alcohol retains water. Like I'm not trying to sit here and act like like drinking is in any way good for you. I'm not doing that. But I am glad that I balance my bad habits out with exercise, you know. Like I said, and I do that mostly just for my mental health. Exercise is just really good for my mental health, period. It just helps it helps me keep certain things, certain sides of my head, keep things from clashing together in my mind, you know. I'm very prone to depressive episodes, anxiety attacks. I'm very prone to that. But exercise is the best thing that I've ever engaged in to help me manage it. And of course, you know, exercising things like gratitude and trying to apply logic and rationality and empathy and things like that makes it also a lot easier. But see, that's the thing is, I could take medication for my depression, for my anxiety. I could do that. You know, I've had it my whole life. ADHD as well. I've been, you know, diagnosed with all these things. But the problem with that is if I were to take the medication, right? And this is not, I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't take medication. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying for me. So if I were to take those medications, sure, like it would balance me out. I'd probably be more productive in certain ways, but this lively personality that you guys see here on this channel would be gone. The light in my eyes, the you know, you guys talk about me doing impressions and things like that and just being silly and being lively. That wouldn't happen. I would not be the person that you see on this channel. So I just found a way to manage it to where I don't have to be dependent on a you know, a prescription medication. You know, I just choose not to do it. Now that's not to say that that's for everybody, because there's a lot of people that need to be on medication, that they just they're so off balance that there's just no way that they could function in society without, you know, medication. Sometimes it's just so severe. Luckily, I'm not in that severe state, you know. So I just don't like to be, I don't like the idea of being a zombie, you know. Gen 417, that's interesting, sure. But I mean, I also believe that there's a medication for fucking everything now. And I just can't help but look at doctors as just, you know, glorified drug dealers. You know, like doctors, like they make more money when they prescribe more medications. They sell drugs. That's what doctors do. They sell drugs. There's a drug for everything. And I just I don't want to be one of those people. Like I see people like that all the time. Like, oh my God, I need this medication for this, and I need this medication for that. And it's just like, do you really though? You know? Sure. I mean, but that's anything, Gen 417. I mean, you have to be willing to put in the work for anything. Anything that is worthwhile, you have to be willing to put in the work for it. Nothing just lands in your lap, and you're not entitled to anything. When I shed my sense of entitlement, it just became a lot easier to manage things, you know. Lyndon, welcome. Yeah, like really like finding reasons to be grateful. Like that's the cool thing is like I learned to find reasons to be grateful for even things that tend to be a problem. Because if there's a tribulation that I'm dealing with, a trial and a tribulation that I'm dealing with, I've learned to be able to be grateful for what I'm going to learn from it. And that took a lot of work. That took a lot of self-work. And I look at these people, you know, these people on YouTube. I mean, you know, you look at somebody like Betty, she's just going to end up in the same type of situation. If she ends up with a man, you know, she finally gets a man, you know, like she was begging for the other night, you know, she's just going to end up in the same situation that she was those other 42 times because she hasn't put in the work to change. She claims she has, but you can tell that she hasn't because she doesn't take accountability for any of her actions. And she deludes herself to believe that she knows more about things that than she does. And that's not healthy. That's incredibly unhealthy. She's literally begging to go back to jail, language of horses. She's literally begging to go back to jail. Anybody who's sitting here saying, I want to go to jail, I promise you that if I go back to Savannah, I'm going to jail. Like, that's not healthy. You know what I mean? It was like when they were coming to Rogersville, my instinct immediately was, you know what? I'm going to go counter protest them. I'm going to get in their face with a bullhorn, right? But what would that have done? See, so I applied simple rationality, rational thinking. And I was like, you know what? Rational thinking, logical thinking, what's that going to do? It's going to escalate the issue. It's going to make the situation worse. It's just simply going to make the situation worse. It's going to escalate the issue. It's going to escalate the problem. You know what I mean? So that does me no good. Because I'm going to put myself in a position to where I'm going to want to put my hands on JLR and hurt him. And that's not good for anybody. Because I don't want to physically hurt anybody. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be the type of person that is capable of physically hurting somebody. I don't want to be that guy, man. You know? I have a platform. I use it. And I, you know, my abilities are limited to this platform. My abilities to make a difference in a positive manner are limited to this platform. And so I do the best I can with it. That's it. You know? God, you guys hear my stomach growling? I'm so hungry. All right. I'm going to call this because I got to get something to eat, y'all. But I had fun talking to you guys. I haven't had a conversation like this with my chat in a long time, actually. So it was actually very refreshing. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and talking with me and everything. This is always fun. But yeah, maybe I'll go live tomorrow. If there's something to talk about, I'll go live tomorrow. But yep, I'm going to find a movie to watch and get something to eat. I love you guys very much. Thanks for all your support. Hit the like, subscribe if you're not subscribed for me, because I'm trying to hit and maybe an unrealistic goal, because I've only got about a month and a half left, but I'm trying to hit 20K subs by January 1st. By midnight, December 31st. I hit 10K on New Year's Eve last year. That's when I hit 10K. So if I can get another 4.5K, if I can get another 4.5K by New Year's Eve or by New Year's Day, 2023, that would be fucking awesome. So yeah, it's kind of my goal. It might be a little unrealistic, but I'd like to do that. So yeah, make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and hit the like for me, get that algorithm going. So all you guys that showed support tonight, I really, really appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are too generous. Thanks. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.